Good day, my plant foldies. This is Richie at Grow Folds, and today we will be local plant nursery shopping at Plant and Planters in Richardson, Texas. So as you guys can see right off the bat, they have an outdoor section and they have a bunch of cyclamen, and these cyclamen actually are 20% off for $8.99. I do like this particular cyclamen. They kind of remind me of just Hoya blooms, but obviously on a larger scale. But yes, we have some cyclamen right over here. So the thing about Plants and Planters is it's a local nursery that I've been visiting. Even in 2020, when it was like the pandemic, I just needed to be around a bunch of green plants, just greenery in general. And the staff has always been very kind. They have a bunch of planters, obviously, at this location. But what's the highlight of this location is their indoor greenhouse, Tropical Paradise, which we will be looking at in just a little bit. But I do want to show you some of the planters they have available right over here. They typically have those on sale. And right over here, we have a Dracaena right over here. I don't know if it's a light bush, but that's some type of Dracaena right over here. Plant foldies, or if you're new to the channel, my viewers and subscribers, thank you again for tuning in. I have been trying to give you guys more diverse content besides just big box store plant shopping videos. I was told that I can also show you guys some local nurseries, and hopefully the engagement levels are still as much as the big box stores. But as you can see, this particular nursery has some blooming plants. Right over here we have an Anthurium Lviv, I think that's the particular one, and then we also have some Riger begonia right next to it right over here. We've been seeing a lot of Riger begonias at grocery stores, big box stores, and now at a local nursery out in Richardson, Texas. We also have an African violet right over here right next to him. I actually ended up getting my first African violet couple days ago, and it's doing well for me. So with African violets, as long as you don't get the stems and foliage wet, you're good to go. Same thing with Rex begonia. So just a little tidbit on plant care for those types of plants. And we have some more anthuriums. I'm just going to pan over here before we actually walk into the amazing greenhouse portion. It looks like they have all of these, flowering plants. A lot of people are into that. I am starting to get into that. I mean, I would love to add a Riger begonia inside my home, but I've been told that they're really more so for the outdoors. Nonetheless, I love that red color of this Riger begonia. Let me know in the comments, plant foldies, if you guys actually grow those Riger begonias indoors, what that all looks like for you. Do you grow anthuriums? Because I do want to add an anthurium to my collection, but I want one with a darker leaf foliage. So we'll see. But we're going to take a look more so on this Riger begonia, and then we have a red cyclamen right over here. So we just got a variety of flowering plants. I think those are really interesting. And yeah, we're about to go walk into the main event in just a second. This one is for $29.99, this anthurium. That is not a bad price at all for such a large foliage anthurium, and it's already in bloom. And what else do we have over here? We have some more anthuriums, just the typical red ones. I am not sleeping on the red ones just because look at how beautiful the leaves are. It's got a natural shine to it. And obviously we can't go plant shopping without seeing Riger begonia and cyclamen. But just a little bit about Plants and Planters. It has been around for quite a while. It is one of those nurseries that if you are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, you must visit, because welcome to paradise. It is a legit paradise, because what I like about it is it also displays plants in a way where it looks like you're in an indoor jungle. So we're going to take our time and just kind of look at the hanging baskets. They have an array of hanging baskets, different types of philodendron, succulents, all sorts of stuff. Like right over here is an Aglaonema tigris. So I really like this right over here. It reminds me of like a Maria, but as you can see, the leaves are a little bit more narrow, and they've got like just a really cool striping like a tiger. And then we have some Monstera Adansonia right over here. We've got some ZZ plants right over there, and we've got a Dracaena green jewel right over there, and then we have some hanging baskets. But as you can see, they've got a fountain in here. This greenhouse is feeling very much like a tropical forest. And so we're going to be walking around. What I like about Plant and Planters as well is that they have all of the plant IDs available for you. So if you're a novice plant keeper, you can learn more about the plants. The first plant we're going to be looking at is a philodendron giganteum. Look at how beautiful this is. So I've seen a lot of local nurseries actually carrying the variegated version. This one is for $129.99. It's in a large pot. I would say if you're wanting to buy a philodendron that is already developed and it's a nice and green large one, I would get that one. That's instant gratification. And then right over here we have another Dracaena. This is a Dracaena Massangiana. This one right over here is a hanging basket of Hoya carnosa. And then right over here we have a ficus microcarpa, I think that's what it's called. And then we have a silver band marantha right over here in a hanging basket. This one's for $32.99. That is not a bad price at all, considering that is more of an uncommon plant. And in this Sansevieria La Rubia for $19.99. I do think that their Sansevieria selection here is amazing. And look at this. This is a beautiful looking one right here. I love the variegation. If I'm going to add this type of Sansevieria in my collection, that would definitely be my choice. And then right over there we have some Dracaena Janet Craig compacta, or sometimes called the green jewel bush. Right over here we have a golden pothos, or an Epipremnum aureum golden. And we have some bromeliads right over here. We've got some more hanging baskets. This one is a marble queen pothos. And then we have just a variety of different Epipremnum aureum or pothos. So we have a neon pothos here, some golden pothos there. We've got some more marble queens right over here. And when I asked Shelly, who happens to be the buyer and also the one of the managers of this store, she says that golden pothos, or just pothos in general, are they're one of their best sellers. I couldn't agree more. Very easy plant to take care of. And right over here, can you guys see this? This is a philodendron micans. I haven't seen a philodendron micans in a hanging basket, and I believe that is for $29.99. So that is not a bad price at all for a hanging basket full of philodendron micans. Same thing with the pothos right here. We've got a neon pothos that is already trailing. I'll tell you, Plants and Planters has very healthy lush plants. Their hanging baskets are amazing. They've got a lot of large plants as well, and it's just a really good place to get plants because the staff are very knowledgeable. Like this one right here is a ficus macrocarpa, or a ginseng ficus, so that's really cool. I do like that it is in a bonsai form. And then right over here is a bromeliad, a neogelia bromeliad. I think I'm pronouncing that right, maybe. If not, please correct me in the comments, give me some feedback on that. And then as you can see, that was just the tip of the iceberg, but look at how many plants they have available. Like, look at this. This is a Monstera Esqueleto, and I believe these are for $79.99. But look at how large these Monstera Esqueletos are. Like, they're super healthy, and that's the thing about going to Plants and Planters. So I know we go big box store plant shopping. The thing about it is, when you buy plants here, you are guaranteed that you're going to get a healthy plant, and also a plant that is not going to have any pests. So that's the risk about buying big box store plants, just because of the overage and just the amount of plants that are just coming through. Big box stores might potentially have pests, versus like a beautiful local plant nursery like this, where they have very strong routines around just taking care of any potential pests. And then obviously they source their plants out and take care of their plants where they're just super healthy. Their prices might they're competitive to what is already out in the market. Like right over here we have some large philodendron Prince of Orange. I think that's absolutely stunning. And then we have another ficus elastoma right here in a tree form. This one is for $169.99. That is not a bad price for a really large plant. And then we have an Epipremnum aureum Enjoy, and we talked about that as one of my favorite pothos right over here. I believe those are for $29.99. I could be wrong, it'd be $34.99, but I believe these are $29.99. I was so tempted to pick one of these hanging baskets when I was out at this nursery today, but I went ahead and refrained for a bit. I ended up getting another plant, but not a hanging basket, but I believe they'll always have that available. So I'm in not a rush. I do love hanging baskets just because I am able to hang them without having to drill holes in my ceiling. Right over here, we have a philodendron Prince of Orange. These are absolutely stunning considering the large size foliage that they have right over here. That's the thing about Plants and Planters. They do have a wide range of different types of plants, colors, shapes, sizes, species. you name it, and then even the pricing, as well as just the amount of different sizes they have. That one right over here is pretty awesome as well. Just to look up here, look at all of these hanging baskets. Like, I love the fact that they have a nice greenhouse. It's very suitable for all of these tropical plants. And look at all of these different types of hanging baskets. We've got a Cebu blue pothos. We've got an amazing looking spider hanging basket, spider plant hanging basket with a bunch of babies just trailing off. I would love to get a spider plant. I think those are super cool. And if you notice, these spider plants are super healthy. There is no browning on the leaves. They've got a bunch ready to propagate, all these little babies. And I believe those are only for $24.99. Don't quote me on that. So if you end up going to Plants and Planters, don't say Richie said it was $24.99. They do have all of their prices labeled, so just go by that. Epipremnum pinnatum Cebu blue hanging basket, that's really cool too. I remember when Cebu blue pothos were actually very uncommon as well, and it was hard to get, but now they are in hanging baskets at big box stores and local nursery stores. I do like this Rhaphis palm. This is one of my favorite palms right here, and I was told that it can actually tolerate lower light conditions for a palm, so that's a good thing. I just like the shape of the Rhaphis palm. And then right underneath, we have a bunch of Ficus elastica burgundy right here. They're nice large sizes, nice to look at as well, and just really interesting that how they style their plants. And then what else do we have right over here? We've got some Alocasia Siam Aurora, or what you would call a red Siam. Look at how beautiful these are. These are in a larger container. These are for $39.99. Plants and Planters, if you're looking for large size aglaonema or even just aglaonema, they carry a wide variety of them. And what I like is, if you notice, they have name cards on them, and they have like growth habits, lighting conditions, and any other specifics you would need to know about the plant. So if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, a local, you've never been to Plants and Planters, or somebody that's visiting Dallas and you love plants, definitely visit Plants and Planters. I've known Shelly for a while, and she works there, and she's a really good friend of mine, and they just know so much about plants. They can source out different types of plants for you. Their plants are very cost effective. They are fair priced, and they just have a wide variety of plants. Like this is just the first part of the tour, and you can see they've got some really cool Ficus microcarpa or ginseng ficus right over here. Look at that. I do like the shape of it, that little curvature that they have on those bonsai. And then right over here, we have a bunch of healthy looking green maranthas. I do like the green maranthas. I also like maidenhair fern. Look at how lush and full they are. I just wish that, maidenhair fern didn't require a lot of humidity. Otherwise, I would totally grow them, because they have that shape of a ginkgo biloba tree, like miniature ginkgo biloba tree leaves. But these are absolutely stunning, and I'm just going to pan over for the pricing. And then you can see right over here, this green marantha is just stunning. I'm not a fan of the little hearts, but I get it. It's Valentine's season, so they got to do some decorating. And then we have some red marantha right over here as well. Love the red marantha. We've seen these around. Very nice one, and it's for only $10.99. The green marantha as well is also for $10.99. So very nice, healthy looking plants. And we have another Calathea lancifolia right over here. So I was told they were going to get a lot more Calatheas, but nonetheless, what selection they have, this one's for $14.99. What selection they have is actually really nice to take a look at. So plant foldies, hopefully you guys are liking this local plant nursery. I would highly recommend it. This one right here, for instance, is a Triscanthia nanook, and it's a nanook because look at the purple or lavender undersides. Look at how developed this are. I actually am thinking of getting this particular one. These are for $14.99. I know that Costa Farms has them in stock at big box stores, but I really want to get one and support local plant nurseries. That's the thing, when we go plant shopping, we want to buy big box store plants, but if you have local nursery stores that have pretty comparable prices, I would always recommend our plant foldies to shop at local, support your local businesses, just because you have a higher chance of getting a super healthy plant that's pest free. That's the thing about buying house plants. We often buy plants, take them home, put them right next to our plants, and don't realize that there should be some preventative care put into it before you acclimate them in your entire plant collection. That's how you bring plant pests. Just, a little rant of mine, but you can see there are a bunch of Tredscanthia nanuk. These are actually my favorite Tredscanthia, because look at how beautiful the pink foliage is, the striping. This was another plant that was highly uncommon as well a couple years back, and now we're seeing more and more of them sourced out. So it's just really nice to see that plants are becoming more readily available for many plant lovers, just because I feel like plants shouldn't be, for just specific people that can afford those expensive plants. I think it should be available for everybody to enjoy. And Plants and Planters is definitely a nursery that when you go in here, especially if you're having a rough day, you could just walk around and feel like you're in a piece of paradise and go plant shopping or window plant shopping. For me, it's becoming more and more difficult, guys. I'm telling you, making these big box store plant shopping tours daily and having that ready for y'all, I'm creating a hole in my wallet. But I'm not complaining. I'm just telling you that it's just becoming more difficult. The plant addiction is real. I'll say this Palea is also real. Look at how gorgeous this is. It's a larger form one. I actually want to get a Palea money tree plant or UFO plant. I think those are super cool. And then we have another Ming Aurelia over here stump. That's really large. And we have another Ficus altissima in a smaller tree form for $29.99. That is not bad. So that's pretty much similar to all of the local plant nurseries that are offering that price. So it's not marked up too much. It's still within reason. And then we have some aloe vera plants right over here. This is considered a medical plant. You can use it for a lot of medicine things. And then right over here, we have another type of cactus, another aloe vera. This one is for $129.99. I'm going to just pan over here and show you the plant ID. And then we're going to look at this Ming Aurelia stump right over here. That is super cool. It looks like parsley. And today we're going to actually look at the succulents first before I get to the Aroids. So there's just a bunch of succulents here. These are all for 20% off. A variety of small succulents. Let's see what they have here. They are $8.99 and $3.99. Now, I don't know specifically each succulent. All I know is they are really nice looking, and you can do like a succulent collection, a succulent planter, an assorted succulent planter if you'd like. The thing about succulents is you definitely need to give them in fast draining soil. They do not like to be wet. Obviously, bright light, full sun would be best. And like this one right here, I wish I knew the plant ID for that. So if you know in the comments, please let me know. I just need to learn more about succulents, but I feel like they're so similar. They're difficult to just really identify. But do you guys see this right over here? This trailing gorgeous beauty of a string of hearts. Look at that. That is super cool, and it's super long. And if you notice at the bottom, it's actually blooming, so it's super happy. But even though this is just a green form of the string of hearts, this one's for $39.99. It's instant gratification, and based on what they've told me, string of hearts is actually a vigorous grower, so it grows pretty fast. But I do love their hanging baskets of succulent type plants. Look at that. That is so cool. Does anybody here grow a string of hearts? Plant foliage, let me know in the comments or even in the live chat. I've never had one. If I am going to add any type of string of something, it would be the string of pearls, maybe a variegated one, just because I just like the look. But you can see there are different types of string of somethings. The other one was a string of turtles. This one I think is a string of rubies. Really nice looking one. I love that. And they just have a bunch of hanging baskets. That's really cool. This one's for $29.99, that string of rubies. That's not bad at all. And then we have a really cool hanging basket. This is $26.99 of some type of cactus right over here. So nice looking hanging basket. So if you're looking for succulent hanging baskets, you definitely need to go to Plants and Planters. And look, there's even more trailing string of hearts. Those are really long strings of hearts actually. And they're only for, I think $39.99. That is not a bad price at all. When you think of like trailing plants, sometimes you have to wait for them to trail. And then right over here, we have another hanging basket for $26.99, and this is a barefoot cactus or something like that. Pretty cool looking one. And we have some more right over here. So if you go to Plants and Planters, you will get the plant IDs on the label. So that's the thing I love about that. And then you notice how they have a name placard for their plants, so you know exactly what the plant ID is. I try to give you guys plant IDs, but it's even better when a nursery actually provides the plants. Like right over here, this is a ruby necklace. So that was the hanging baskets, but these are the smaller ones right over here. And then we have some more of these really cool looking succulents as well. And another string of hearts, but you notice the blooms right there. And then this one I actually found interesting. This is the Euphorbia Medusa. Really cool looking Euphorbia Medusa. I like that. And we've got some more succulents here. This is a burrito's tail. There you go, burrito's tail. And guys, check this out. This is a Kalanchoe for $9.99. Kalanchoe. So all of those like Kalanchoe that we see with the blooming plants, so they're kind of in the same family. I thought that was really interesting. And then we have some more Haworthia. I believe these are Haworthias right over here. And what else do we have? We have some more string of pearls. Those are beautiful. And we just have more hanging baskets. So Plants and Planters, definitely one of the best local plant nurseries in the Dallas-Fort Worth market. They've been around for quite a while, so they know their plants. They have very good growers and sources of plants. So for anybody watching this, please make sure you visit Plants and Planters. Say hi to Shelly for me. She is a good friend of mine. Tell them that Richie at Growfolds says hi. I did tell her, just because I haven't been here for quite a while, I used to visit often on a weekly basis, that I was somewhat avoiding it because every time I go in here, I will buy plants. And I'm telling y'all, the plant addiction is real, but even more so, the hole in the wallet is real. Like, how do you not want to go and buy this string of pearls for $12.99? Really nice looking string of pearls. I'm looking for a variegated one, but you know, the green one is also nice. And then we have a bunch of Christmas or holiday cactus right over here. And then what else do we have? We have this really cool euphorbia right over here. I do like the purple magenta look on some of the texture of the plant. And then we just have some more Christmas cactus that are not in bloom, but that is okay. And then we have some more string of hearts right over here. Nice looking string of hearts. And I just love how they have these name placards. And I do like whoever wrote they have some really good handwriting. My handwriting is terrible. And then these Christmas cactus are 20% off. So they are on sale. So if you're looking for Christmas cactus, come over to Plants and Planters. But that section is basically all of the, the succulents area. And then we have, like, look at that huge Ficus lyrata over here. So, at Plant Keeper, they have a jungle vibes here. This one is more on a smaller scale, but nonetheless, they have smaller plants to go pick from. These, Plant Keeper and Plants and Planters are probably my two favorite plant nurseries in the Dallas area. We happen to be very fortunate because there is a large selection of them, but I tend to like to go to plant nurseries that I can create bonds and relationships with the staff, because they give you so much insight in the whole plant business. You wouldn't imagine that, for the plants to be sourced, you actually have to source them out fairly fast, just because there is such a high demand for plants. And it's interesting because there is another reoccurrence of high demand for plants. I know it kind of died off after a couple years past the pandemic, but more people are getting into plants again. I mean, how could you not? Like, look at how beautiful this jade plant is right over here. Full basket of them too. I love jade plants. I do like the variegated forms, but the green forms are also nice as well. Love the texture. And what's interesting is if you are in a climate where you can grow them outdoors, they just they don't want extreme weather. Just temperamental weather is great. Like, this one's for $49.99. This is another type of jade plant. It's got a different texture to it. But jade plant are easy to propagate. They're easy to take care of. And right over here, look at these beautiful philodendron summer glory. So we've seen them at Callaway's, but look at how large they get, and then just the size of the leaves. So that's really nice looking right over here. And I did want to just pan out and take some time to show you guys this philodendron summer glory. And then right over here, we have some type of placard right here to show you the care tips and just some more of the the plants, just characteristics. There you go, characteristics of the plants. Plants and Planters does a very good job doing that. And obviously the staff are here to answer questions. And then we're going to pan over here. Do you see just this jungle that's out in Richardson, Texas? So for those that are not in North Dallas, Richardson, Texas is another suburb just right outside of the Dallas-Fort Worth area, north of it. And we can see right here, that is a beautiful spider plant hanging basket. I would go out on a limb and say that Plants and Planters has some of the best hanging baskets available out in Dallas. So if you're looking for some cool hanging baskets that are trailing, definitely go to Plants and Planters. They have a variety of pothos plants, spider plants. They just have different types of hanging baskets for Hoyas. Like, I can't believe they have a bunch of these Epipremnum Enjoy. I love Enjoy. I just love the sectoral variegation. I mean, the leaves are a little bit more compact and slower growing, but nonetheless, it's a beautiful looking pothos. I mean, would you guys agree? Plant folies, let me know what you think in the comments, but definitely think that this is super beautiful. Look at that variegation. Wow. And I would love to see actually an Enjoy pothos grow up a pole, just to see how large the leaves would look like. I mean, if you guys went to Plant Keeper, you already know if you let certain plants grow up a totem or a pole, you really maximize the leaf size. But we can see on the right is a bunch of yucca plants. We have a large bird of paradise right over there. And we have these Aglaonema right over here. So this one is an Aglaonema Mary Ann for $39.99. So we actually saw the smaller versions of the Mary Anns out in Kroger. So now you can see its full potential. So those small $5.99 plants can grow like this. Honestly, I'd buy this large size plant for $39.99 if you're looking for a large instant gratification plant. That's the thing. I have bought so many plants for Plants and Planters, and I am just really excited to share this nursery. It is literally one of my favorite nurseries available for the Dallas area, and you can just see how gorgeous it is. Let me know in the comments, plant folies, or my viewers, subscribers, what you guys think of all of these local plant nurseries. Do you think they are just as good as some of the nurseries you have in your area? Are they better? Are they worse? I would go out on a limb and say we've got some of the best nurseries in the country as far as plant nurseries. If anything, just because the people that run them are amazing. I love Shelly. She is awesome. So glad I actually ran into her today when I was plant blogging for you guys. And you can see right over here, they've got some bird's nest anthurium. We've got some more blooming anthurium. We've got some green maranthas. I am just loving all of this. I haven't been here in a while, but I just know that they are so good at plant styling. I love how they have these little pockets of plants. Like we have a Spathiphyllum domino. We have a Aglaonema Wishes. This is an Aglaonema Wishes. Look at how pretty that is. I love Aglaonema. They are my favorite plants for now, just because they have a variety of foliage that, you know, a lot of plants don't offer, just different colors. They are just a little bit more slower growing, and really they are a little bit tricky in terms of just watering. You literally need to let them just go bone dry, then water them, because that is the fastest way to root rot them and kill them. Otherwise, they're super easy. They are low light tolerant, although they do best in bright indirect light. But you can see right over here, just looking underneath the canopy of that Ficus lyrata tree or fiddle fig tree, and we just have more right over here. I haven't even walked on the other side, but you can see we have some Aglaonema spring snow. We saw this at Nicholson-Hardy, which is another plant nursery in Dallas, but look at how beautiful, lush, full, all of the adjectives that you can possibly give this plant here. And let's see how much this costs. This is only for $39.99. Love this. This is a nice size plant. Nice actually size for an Aglaonema as well, because Aglaonema can be a little bit pricey, but look at how beautiful that is. All I know is that this Aglaonema can definitely light up any dark space in your home, and what's even awesome about it is it can actually tolerate lower light conditions. And then you can see right here we've got more of that Epipremnum Enjoy or Pothos Enjoy for $29.99, and we've got some Dracaena Janet Craig right over here. These are really tall Dracaena Janet Craig. So what I love about this is the fact that it's very compact and it can tolerate lower light conditions. it is amazing, and it's only for $49.99. So you can already get a tall plant. So if you're looking for something with vertical interest, that would be a plant I would recommend. And then right over here, we have an interesting Ficus Ali tree. This is a really cool Ficus Ali tree. It's a full-blown tree, so if you want to put that in your home, that's awesome. Just know though, since it is a ficus, you need to give it a lot of bright indirect light. Like if you don't give it light, it will definitely drop its leaves, just like any ficus, but they are pretty vigorous in their growth. So I think that's really awesome. And then obviously we're just going to pan over here again and look at these Ficus elastica burgundy. Actually, no, that's not burgundy. This is another Ficus elastica. Sorry, I think it's Melanie. Sorry about that. I just got, excited. I thought it was a burgundy because I've seen a lot of burgundies, but you can see they have some more unique Ficus right over here. Yeah, the Melanie one is actually pretty cool as well. It's got more smaller leaves, and then we're passing by a bunch of Monstera Esqueleto, and then this is a Pachira aquatica, or a money tree plant. Look at how large it is. It was braided at the trunk, but you could see how large it is. It is a huge plant. So this one is for $119.99. That is not bad at all for a large money tree. So you don't have to wait all this time for a large plant. And then I love these Scheffleras here, these variegated Scheffleras. These ones are in tree form or topiary forms. And let's see how much it cost. Is it $39.99? Or $49.99, somewhere around there. But either way, if you come over to Plants and Planters, they have the plant listings. And then we've got some more Aglaonema right over here. So this is the Aglaonema tigris, and I really love this Aglaonema. I love how narrow the leaves are, and you see how they get really just full. I love how bushy it is. It's not leggy at all. That's the thing that happens with Aglaonema, and it's only for $39.99, guys. Like, if I was on a no plant buy, I would totally buy these. I always break my no plant buys. I am going to break it today because I am going to get a Tradescanthia Nanup. But you could see we even have a bunch of beautiful Monstera deliciosa right over here. What else do we have? There's just all sorts of plants. We've got some Spathiphyllum or peace lilies, more Aglaonema tigris. So I'm really glad that Shelly was able to source out some more Aglaonema. I told her that she could possibly get some more of the red varieties of Aglaonema. That'd be awesome, or even smaller forms. They typically have the larger form Aglaonema, but for anybody who's starting, smaller plants are actually a good choice. And we talk about smaller plants, but look at how massive this bird of paradise is. Like, are you serious? It's probably 15 feet tall. And yeah, that's interesting here. So that's the thing about Plants and Planters. You definitely will get a lot of variety of plants. There's just so much to choose from in terms of sizes. And like, look right over here, look at these Spathiphyllums. They're massive. They're just as big as the ones you would find at a big box store. But I will say these peace lily or Spathiphyllum, and this one's called Crystal. See, I love that they have these plant IDs, and look at it's in bloom. They give you guys the care tips, the characteristics of the plant, so you know exactly what you're getting into versus just buying a random plant and then you don't know anything about it. So kudos to Plants and Planters. I really hope our local Dallas community will support this plant nursery. It is an awesome one right in Richardson. And like right over here, we have another Sansevieria. This is a Futura. I like that the Futura just has the yellow margins or the edging of that snake plant. Again, snake plants can be a little bit finicky. I prefer the starfish snake plant, the ones with the thicker foliage versus the ones that you just saw. And then we have some beautiful Monstera deliciosas available right over here. Love that. If you want a mature form or a semi-mature form and a healthy one, for instance, go to Plants and Planters. I know big box stores carry these, but these are for $39.99. But for these ones, though, you are guaranteed a healthy looking Monstera, and you're supporting local businesses. I mean, it's all about, supporting local businesses as well, just because the people behind them are just good people. Especially, I can say that about Plants and Planters. They are an amazing, welcoming plant nursery, and you can see they have just quality plants. Like, I don't even have to sell that to you guys. I mean, if you were able to go to this plant nursery, nursery, I'm pretty sure Plant Foliage, you would go here and buy up all of these beautiful hanging baskets. Like, I love this spider plant. Like, I want to buy more hanging baskets. I just wish I had taller ceilings in my home. I think they would just better suited for those types of plant statements. But nonetheless, look at how healthy these spider plants are. Very proud of our plant nurseries, definitely in the Dallas Metroplex. And then you can see there are more Monstera Deliciosos right over here. Plant Folies, if you haven't had a chance already, please make sure you guys are hitting the like button, or as what Luke, my number one cheerleader, says in the plant chats, please smash that like button. It really does help my videos get pushed to more plant lovers like you. I would love to see our plant community grow. It's just a simple ask. So if you get a chance, or if you're replaying this video, please leave a comment or even smash the like button. I'd really appreciate that. And then right over here, we were just looking at that goldfish plant. And then we have a bunch of smaller plants. I do like their variety of smaller plants. Look at these philodendron hederaceum. So we have the Brazil, but guys, we also have the philodendron hederaceum Rio over there. And we also have neon pothos right over here. Love me some neon pothos. This one is already trailing. And we have some more golden pothos right over here. It's not as highly variegated, but nonetheless, it's still a classic plant. Definitely would suggest it. And do you guys notice how healthy and lush these plants are? That's the thing about Plants and Planters. You're getting a healthy plant, and look at the pricing, $10.99 for this. Not bad at all, especially if you're guaranteeing yourself a healthy plant. But these are the philodendron hederaceum Rio for $16.99. I might actually end up picking one of these up someday, like this one right here, if it's still around. I could spend a fortune here. I've told Shelly, a friend of mine who works here, that I've spent so much money and I've really got to, buckle down a little bit. But, your viewership on my YouTube videos, some of those super stickers that you guys have left during the live premieres and even in just the videos, thank you for that. That actually helps with my plant funding to get these videos. So thank you so much for that. And then we have some philodendron micans here for $12.99. Actually, that is a really good price for a lush micans. And micans are vigorous growers, so you can just let it trail out some more, cut it and propagate it, and then make a more fuller plant or make several plants. But I love me some philodendron micans. A couple years back you couldn't see that, but now they're all over the place. I would get them from here though. Here we have some Epipremnum aureum lemon meringue pothos. I am on the fence on that, just because in order for it to have that yellow variegation, you've got to give it a lot of bright indirect light, versus a lot of the other pothos or Epipremnum aureum, they can tolerate lower light conditions. The thing is, when you give lower light conditions to these plants that we're looking at, they will start to shoot runners and are going to be a little bit more leggy. So bright indirect light is always best for any type of plant. I think that's the rule of thumb. Like, look at how beautiful this is. This is a philodendron hederaceum lemon lime. Very beautiful looking one. And for this one to get that yellowing color, or the yellow color, you would definitely need to give it a lot of bright indirect light. I'm so thankful I was able to find one at Walmart from Costa Farms, a hanging basket, a full one too. Right over here, we just have some Scindapsus. Love me some Scindapsus as well. What I like about it is obviously the silvery sheen to it, but also the velvety texture of it. This one is called the Silvery and Scindapsus. So I love that Plants and Planters give plant IDs. Look at this right here. They have pearls and jade. Then they actually labeled them as the correct plant ID, pearls and jade. You can see this is an actual pearls and jade. So a lot of big box stores and grocery stores are calling things pearls and jade when it's legitimately an Enjoy pothos. Enjoy pothos actually have more sectoral variegation, very, very rigid variegation, versus pearls and jade where it has some splotching. But this table alone right here is probably their bestseller table according to Shelly, just because they've got some easy to care for plants. And I did want to go show you how beautiful that variegation is on that lemon meringue pothos. It's a newer variety of pothos by Costa Farms. It's basically a mutation from the global green pothos, but you can see they've got so many hanging baskets, guys. I am just stoked and excited. And then these large aglonema right over here, like this one right here is an aglonema stripes. And I have been looking for an Aglaonema stripes for a while. This one's a super lush one. I would totally buy it. I just wish I had the space for all of these Aglaonemas, these large form ones, but look at how beautiful it is. And I just like that they have the plant ID. So Shelly and the team at Plants and Planters, thank you so much for providing that for us customers. And then the plant foldies also watching this video today. And right over here, we have a philodendron narrow, this is another philodendron. Yeah, this is a narrow something. It looks like a jungle boogie to me, but look at how beautiful that is. It's obviously a mature one. I have the golden crocodile, and this one is for $89.99. Not a bad one at all. And I do like the leaves as well. So we'll also look at this. I do like that they have these ZZ Zenzis. These are for $16.99, so instead of paying $19.99 at a grocery store like Kroger's, you can get a ZZ Zenzi for that price. And then right over here, we have a Syngonium Wallandii for $12.99. That is not bad at all. Shelly did say they will be getting some more Syngoniums, so I'm glad that they actually carry Syngoniums. And then we have some more Syngonium albos right here. These are for $29.99. She did say that a lot of people have bought up those Syngonium albos. I am starting to grow my Syngonium albos again. They are easy to grow. They grow like weeds. So it's just a matter of making sure you don't let them revert. So when you start seeing a lot of green, you need to cut that back for it to maintain its variegation. And then right over here, we have a bunch of Syngonium milk confettis. These are for $16.99. And I like how they are very lush and full. This one probably has the best variegation or the best speckling, although I think it might be different than the milk confetti, because if you look, there's pink on the actual stems versus that, but you can see they are they have a bunch of it that almost looks like a pink spot. But I'm gonna go by what they labeled these Syngoniums. They are beautiful. I have one already, but I could always use a second one. And then we also have a watermelon peperomia right over here. That's a nice looking watermelon peperomia. You can see the pricing, and we just have so many plants. These are beautiful. Angel wing begonia for $12.99. Look at the leaf shape. It actually, I prefer this begonia more so than the begonia maculata that we see out at big box stores, because they're not less finicky, they're less delicate is what I would say. Plants and Planters is just an amazing plant nursery in the Dallas market. Like right over here, we have some ficus taniki. These are absolutely gorgeous. Love the variegation on that. They just require a little bit more bright indirect light. And then we have another bird's nest fern right over here. Beautiful looking bird's nest fern, just showing you the price right there. And I'm just gonna pull away and show you some more plants. But as you can see, they have some amazing looking hanging baskets. Look at this spider plant, this hanging basket for spider plant. It's super mature, and it's just such a beautiful plant. I love just having those like delicate babies coming off of it. It reminds me of the plant find that David Morales, another plant YouTuber, found while big box store plant shopping, but you can see local nurseries have it. And then this is actually an Aglaonema that I was curious about what the plant ID is. It looks like an Aglaonema stripes, but it is not, just because there's a little bit more variegation on it besides the stripes. I actually want to add this one to my collection. And this one is, I believe, the Aglaonema Moonlight Bay. So definitely a beautiful Aglaonema, and as you can see, Plants and Planters have larger specimens of Aglaonema. They are slower growing, so it's nice to be able to get those sizes. And then right over here, we have some Philodendron Rojo Congos, really easy philodendron to grow. And we just have some more plants in the background, but I like how they have all of these plants in sections and tables. And then right over here is a Philodendron Burley Marxii for $37.99. Now the variegated form of this actually ends up reverting quite a bit, so I prefer the green version. It's more cost effective. And then what else do we have here? We have some more Rojo Congo Philodendron. Love the leaves. I love the stems. Actually, the maroon stems are really nice, and that's an easy to grow philodendron. One that is common, you can actually see that in a lot of office spaces. And then right over here, we have a ficus taniki, not a ficus taniki, a ficus ruby. And then we have a ficus lyrata over here, some large ficus lyrata trees in the background. But look at how beautiful the variegation is. And I just want to show you guys some more of these beautiful philodendron pink princesses on a pole. A totem. This one's for $349.99. This is another philodendron pink princess, and I will say these ones don't look like tissue cultured ones. These ones actually look like it took a while to grow, and they're just stunning. I love how they grow up a pole and their leaves start to get really large in size. I actually have one growing up a totem pole as well in my home. And then we have some string of pearl turtles, and then we have the sansevieria here, which I haven't seen. It's called a lilliput. It's a one I have never seen. It's a new one, I believe. And this one's for $12.99. Not a bad looking one. Actually, this is a sansevieria I would actually add into my collection as well. That's a nice looking one. It's an uncommon one for sure. And we have some begonia maculatas right over there. We have some Dracaena Janet Craig compactas as well. Very easy plant to grow. I would highly recommend the Janet compacta. And this one right over here is a sansevieria fernwood mikado. I actually like these sansevieria the most. They're my favorite just because they're easy to grow, and you know, they come in different sizes as well. So really like that. Very easy. You don't have to water them as much, and they will survive and can tolerate lower light conditions. Now here are some beautiful string of turtles right over here. I actually like a string of turtles. I might actually consider getting one of those someday. And then we have a sansevieria bird's nest. This one is for $12.99. This is called the golden one. Look at how beautiful the variegation is here, and you can actually separate it and have multiple sansevieria if you like. But I love that sansevieria actually multiply and clump up. I love the variegation on that, and $12.99 is not a bad price. And then we have some more Schefflera ones, or arboricola trees. These are variegated ones. I do like the green on green variegation, and I like how it is in a tree form. And then we have some Norfolk pine right over there, and then we have some variegated Hoya carrii, just the leaves. Now the thing about it is it'll never really grow into a full plant. It will just remain as that heart. So I just find that really interesting as well. And we have some Norfolk pines right over here. We have some more Ficus elastica rubies right over there. And then more sansevieria. This is the cylindrica right over here. It's very slow growing. Yep, they're correct. But look at how it's braided. I think it's super cool for $16.99. And then we have some more starfish, sansevieria. That's actually my favorite type of sansevieria to grow. But you can see they have them, pretty much separated by different types of plant, like similar plants. And then we do have a Scindapsus trubii moonlight, but I wanted to show you guys, this is my favorite. This is for $12.99. It's probably the easiest sansevieria to grow aside from the fernwood. I like these types of snake plants just because I feel like their leaves don't rot if you overwater them. And then obviously we have some beautiful Scindapsus trubii moonlights right over there in a 6-inch planter. And then we have another sansevieria fernwood. I actually like that. Would love to add that to my collection. I'm actually going to look for some variegated forms to see if I can find some maybe on Etsy. And plant foldies, what do you guys think so far of all of the plants I've shown you? Are there any favorites that you guys like? Please leave it in the comments or in the live chat. I love all the engagement you guys can possibly give me. And right over here we have another Ficus elastica burgundy for $29.99. That's a fairly nice size plant already. And then we have some more goldfish hanging basket plants. These are super cool as well. I haven't really seen these in big box stores as of late, at least. And I really like how shiny and waxy the leaves are. They remind me of Hoya leaves. Definitely like the goldfish plant. I don't know all of the care tips for that. For anybody in the comments section, please leave me comments about care tips for a goldfish plant, but those are really cute. And then they have the little Epipremnum aureum neon pothos right over here. I believe these are the ones that are on sale central table. So I don't know exactly how much this hanging basket is, but nonetheless, it's probably going to be a really good price. And then we have some Thenanthe gray star right over here. This one is for $6. It just needs a little bit of water. And we have some type of cactus euphorbia type deal. We have a money tree plant right here, a Polea plant. What else do we have right over here? And we have a bunch of Paraiso Verde, philodendron Paraiso Verdes for $8. lower variegation. And the thing about Paraíso Verde is you definitely need to give it some bright indirect light, but the variegation is also influenced by the climate. So if it's a little bit hotter in conditions, it'll do better. And then we have some beautiful Stramanthe trial stars right over here. I love, love, love that. And I am happy with the one I have currently. Hasn't been finicky at all. It's actually growing very well for me. And then we have some more angel wing begonia right over here. Look at how beautiful that is. I prefer the angel wing begonia, this one right here, versus the begonia maculata. This one is only for $39.99, but look at how much begonia you get. And it's actually, some of it's actually flowering. So I think that's really interesting. And then obviously we have a mature ponytail palm right over here. This is super cute as well. I just love going to Plant and Planters nursery. This is one that is very much close to my heart just because Shelly has been so kind to me over the years. And that's the thing about plant shopping and just collecting plants. You know, I am new to YouTube again, but I have been collecting and growing plants for several years, and I have been going to these specific, you know, nurseries for quite a while. So the ones that I feature are ones that I visited in the past, are frequent, and can actually vouch for the quality of plants. So these ones are plants that are not for sale. These are all in current propagation. So I think that's really interesting that this plant nursery as well propagates plants. I noticed how they had a lot about some Tradescanthia nanuks ready to go, but these are some more Sansevieria or snake plants. I said this El Rubio or La Rubia. I don't know which one is it, but these are beautiful Sansevieria. Just look at how stark the variegation is. I can't get over that. That is absolutely stunning. Look at that gold. And these are all for $19.99. So snake plants, they typically are easy care plants. Just don't overwater them, but also don't underwater them because they will also get dry rot in their roots. So there's just a lot going on with Sansevierias. Unless you get these starfish Sansevieria, those are super easy. But look at this one. This is a variegated whale fin Sansevieria. I have not seen these in a while, and these ones are for $89.99. So they're a little bit more pricey, but they are worth it if you like this type of Sansevieria, because look at how beautiful that is. Whale fin is so cute, even just having a single one. You know, the thing about these Sansevierias is to say you get an expensive one for $89.99. Give it a while and it will grow another one and you can separate it. It's kind of the same thing with like aglaonemas. They have baby shoots, or alocasia, where alocasias also push out babies as well. So sometimes you'll get the return of investment by a large plant. But speaking of large plants, look at this right here. This is a Philodendron Macaulay's Finale. So we saw a bunch of large ones like this at Plant Keeper Incorporated, another plant nursery in Dallas, but look at how large these are as well, and beautiful. I love how like the leaves have like a reddish tone to it, as well as the stems. We've got some maroon and red stems, and in the new you know, leaves unfurling are a bright red. And then this is Sansevieria Bantel. I actually like this one. It's kind of similar to the Sayuri. I like the white variegation, but these are actually extremely slow growing as well. And then we have another type of Dracaena Masangiana, or cane Dracaena. We have a ZZ plant right over here. These are fairly large ZZ plants. The green forms, or the original forms, are beautiful as well. One of the easiest plants to definitely take care of, and that one is for $59.99. And we have some large Norfolk pine right over here. This is for $39.99. That's not a bad price for a Norfolk pine. And we have another Dracaena marginata right here for $39.99. These are beautiful as well. So a lot of Dracaenas are very underrated, and I just feel like people should add that to their space. They typically are more so in the office space, although I've never seen this. This is actually a Dracaena Riki, but in the tree form, more mature form, for $99. But you'll see Dracaena Riki in that like smaller form, but I do love how narrow the leaves are. Those are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now we're going to be looking at the Begonia Rex table. Look at this one right here. This is for $24.99, but look at how gorgeous the leaves are on these begonias. Absolutely stunning. For anybody who loves like pink plants, definitely get your Rex begonia. I do like the yellow one as well. They just don't have like specific names for them, or I don't think they do. This one's also for $24.99 in a 6-inch planter. Love the crimson red, and then just the just a begonia in general. And then this one right here has some really delicate pink coloration to it. Begonias remind me of having like a metallic sheen, especially when the light hits it. And then we have some more peperomia, watermelon peperomias right over here. This one's happy because you can see that it's actually blooming. Those little rat tail looking things are they're blooms, so they're very happy. And you know, with begonia care, what I learned is begonias definitely want to you want to let their soil dry out. You don't want to keep them in like a lot of water. And when you water them, instead of watering from the top, because their leaves absolutely hate to get wet, their stems absolutely hate getting wet, they will actually rot away. Bottom water your begonias and you will be just fine. So the begonias I've had so far are doing well, but these begonias, I almost want to just grab some, but you know, I am already going to buy me a little Tradescanthia Nanook here. So we're going to just not go full on today. But this one is a Raven ZZ for $19.99. That's not a bad looking Raven ZZ. Really happy I got one on clearance for $7. And then we have some Rhaphidophora tetraspermas for $29.99. But these 6-inch planters of Rhaphidophora tetrasperma are lush and full and healthy. So you know, some of these plants you will see in a big box store, but again, local plant nurseries like Plants and Planters have some very healthy, full, lush plants. Know that you're not going to have any pests when you buy these, or the pest situation is a little bit more minimal. These are beautiful philodendron snowdrifts. These ones are for $49.99. That is not a bad price considering these are still fairly uncommon. I have one actually growing for me and it started pushing out new leaves, so I'm excited to see that. But I love the color of a philodendron snowdrift. It's very delicate, just really nice. And I love that Plants and Planters also carry rare plants. Like look at this philodendron ghost mint white variegated. So philodendron, mint is here for $49.99. It used to be $69.99. I might actually consider getting one of these plants. I know it's still a juvenile form, but these leaves actually start to look like a Florida green, but just white variegated from the new ones. This one is a Hoya Quintiana, or a variegated Wyetii. So for the Hoya lovers, there you go. And then we have a bunch of philodendron pink princesses. These are for $26.99. That's not bad at all. Now we have been seeing this a lot by Growers Bench, which is actually at a Walmart. And they're not bad prices. These are beautiful as well. Philodendron white princess are easy. They're a little bit more rare. And we have a philodendron sun red. These are really nice. These are for $19.99. That's a really good price. Now the Sun Red is actually one that Proven Winners sells at big box stores, but it's nice to see that these are at a local nursery as well for us to buy. And then what else do we have here? So this is more of their like rare uncommon table. They have the philodendron bellitii. These are for $19.99. They're a little bit hard to pull out. Not a bad one at all. I actually want to grab one of these eventually and grow it. Although the one at Grow Plant Shop for $100, a really large one, was really cool. And I think $100 for that size is a steal. But $19.99 is not bad for a starter plant for a bellitii. Those used to cost so much more. And then we have a bunch of philodendron Ring of Fires right over here. Now you can find these at big box stores, but again, it's all about whether you want to risk getting some pests or getting a more healthy looking plant. And then we have some more philodendron pink princess. Now, no offense to anybody who buys big box store plants. I buy a ton of them. I'm just saying that you do have to have a little bit more precautions on just big box store plants, making sure that you are taking preventative care by spraying down your plants with insecticidal soap. If you're about using systemic granules, just doing that, and then also isolating your plants for at least a week before you put it into your main collection. Just some tips for me. I do sound very much like worried about pests just because I've had it in the past where I've had a huge pest infestation and it destroyed my plant collection. But did you see the Hindu rope right there? That's a variegated one. And then we have a bunch of zebra plants. We see zebra plants. I'm just not all about the zebra plants. And then we have some Janet compacta right over the Dracaena Janet compacta, but you can see they've got rows and tables and hanging baskets of different types of Hoya. These are Hoya carnosa Crimson Princess, and we have some yucca plants here. We've got another type of aglaonema there. I think that is the Moonlight Bay. And then this one is the aglaonema Sparkling Sarah. I actually got one from Plant Keeper not too long ago. These are for $22.99, so not a bad price. These are all market prices, fair prices that you would get. And I do love the pink stems and the variegation of the sparkling Sarah. And then we have another type of yucca right over here, some yucca stumps. And then we have a Calathea lancifolia or rattlesnake Calathea. Those are always common. And we have some beautiful Dracaena white jewel for $29.99. So these white jewels you would actually see as like Costa Farms releases for exotic angels for like $5.98 at a big box store, but that's how, you know, they can get that large. And then we have some more larger, I think, sparkling Sarahs right over here. Yep, sparkling Sarahs. These are our larger form ones. These are really nice. And you can see that aglaonemas can get very thick, lush, and bushy. And again, these plants are very much low light tolerant. And then we also have some Monstera deliciosas right over here. But guys, my plant foldies, let me know what you guys think of all the plants at Plant and Planters. If you guys are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, if you haven't ever been at this location, please make a trip here. This is an awesome nursery. We want to make sure we're supporting, local plant businesses because they have plants like this. These Dracaena right here for the Lemon Surprise, $12.99 for those are very beautiful Dracaenas. And again, Dracaenas are very easy to take care of. We have some Monstera studleianas here, or what Costa Farms call them as Monstera cobra. And we have a bunch of like African violets right over here. Some are in bloom, some are not in bloom. I am so happy I added my first African violet. And then we have more Monstera cobras or Monstera studleiana albos. These are beautiful peperomia raindrops. So cool. Look at how waxy the leaves are and how thick and full they are. These are really, really pretty. This right next to a peperomia watermelon would just give such a nice little statement. The raindrop peperomia, very nice. It does have waxy leaves. And then what do we have over here? Some more philodendron. This is another philodendron Prince of Orange. So these are the smaller form ones. You saw the bigger form ones and what their potential growth can be. These are for $32.99. Look at how beautiful that orange is. That's why it's called a Prince of Orange philodendron. Love that. I am more partial to the philodendron black cardinal, and then we have some more Rex begonias right over here. I actually have this specific one in my home, and it's growing very well for me. But look at how beautiful these Rex begonias are. I would love to add some more, but we're going to see if I'm able to successfully grow them. So that's the thing about, plant shopping and just growing plants. You've really got to assess how well a plant grows for you. Now, if you get one of these Dracaenas, they will grow for you very well. They're really hard to kill. So for all of my newbies or new people just getting into plants, just know that I'm going to recommend some easy care plants. Crown of Thorns is really easy. It is some type of euphorbia. And this is $9.99. So this euphorbia is actually blooming. Crown of Thorns. So there are a bunch of thorns. I do like the different blooms. We've got some pink and yellow ones. And then we have Ficus shiveriana Moonshine. This is a beautiful looking Ficus elastica. This is $24.99. I remember when these were super rare and like a one leaf, one node cutting was at least $100. So again, we have some more philodendron white stripes right here. This one is for $49.99. I would say that's not a bad price considering if you want a philodendron heteroraceum white stripes. And then we have a bunch of, I thought these were Cebu blue, but these are actually Monstera celtipicana full lush ones for $59.99. So these are beautiful Monstera celtipicana. Those are easy to grow as well and propagate. They do better when they actually climb up a pole. You'll see the leaves fenestrate, but I'm going to peel away again and show you guys how beautiful all of the hanging baskets are, all of their trees. I really want to get me a hanging basket of Pothos Enjoy. I think Pothos Enjoy is another favorite of my Pothos. I really can't decide which Pothos I like. All I know is this. Pothos are so easy to grow, and I highly recommend any plant foldie or viewer watching my videos to start with that if you're going to start your plant journey. I did want to just pan over here again and just kind of show you guys all of the different plants they have. I really enjoy showing you guys local plant nurseries, and I hope that you guys stick around for the full video. I know most of y'all have found my channel through big box store plant shopping, but it's always nice to show you local plant nurseries in Dallas. So if you ever visit Dallas, you'll have a list of plant nurseries you can pop possibly visit. Again, Plants and Planters is located in the Richardson, the city of Richardson, which is another suburb in the North Dallas, and you can see beautiful paradises like this. So I am just so excited to be able to have these type of plant nurseries. And then to Shelly and the staff, thank you guys for always welcoming me here. Know that I will always give you guys some positive feedback because you guys have taken care of me over the years. So I did want to just go ahead and pretty much end this video, but welcome to paradise. Go to Plants and Planters, and if you can, please support local plant nurseries, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I have a huge big box shopping store video for tomorrow. I'll see you then. Bye. Good day, my plant foldies. This is Richie at Grow Folds, and today we will be grocery plant shopping at Kroger's Marketplace in Frisco, Texas. I wanted to say thank you so much to everybody that continues to tune in on the live chat premieres. Yesterday, we were able to hit above 8,000 subscribers, so the plant foldies community at Grow Folds is continuing to grow, and I really appreciate it. So we are going to be going to this Kroger. I was actually here last Tuesday filming, and I heard that they got a restock, so I'm going to definitely check it out and see what kind of plants they have. And as you guys know, whenever I grow grocery store plant shopping, there's always going to be a lot of floral plants, a lot of blooming plants. So like this plant right here is a kalanchoe, and this tin is for $9.99. So with kalanchoe, if you guys haven't already know, it is a flowering plant, but it's actually more of a succulent plant. I didn't really realize that until recently, so I thought that was really cool. I know at the last plant nursery tour I did at Callaway's, there were tons of flowering plants, and as you can see, that is a cyclamen, another cyclamen right here. And I've mentioned that with cyclamen, like, they're really beautiful looking plants. I actually like the foliage more so than the blooms, but having a bunch of cyclamen featured at that one plant nursery tour I did at Callaway's Nursery, a local nursery store in Dallas, Texas, I have a newfound appreciation for flowering plants. And as you can see, spring is almost here, and we already have some tulips, but you can see this one. Look at how the kalanchoe have fully bloomed. So you saw the earlier ones in this video, and those were still in bud, but this one is when it fully blooms. Absolutely stunning. And what I heard is once they're done with the blooms, you just cut the blooms back and it would rebloom again. So that's really cool. I don't know too much about kalanchoe, but nonetheless, I did want to feature that plant for you guys. And as you can see, we have some hyacinths right over here. And hyacinths are very fragrant bulb plants that have these beautiful blooms. Now, whenever I think of hyacinths, I think of Animal Crossing New Horizons. I played that on my Nintendo Switch, and it's really cool to be able to grow hyacinths in real life. I've never seen hyacinths in real life until this year, actually, after I started going grocery plant shopping, and I realized that hyacinths are actually readily available. So I thought that was really cool. I really like the different colors they have. They come in purple, pinks, white, yellow. I think it's really awesome. And then right over here, we have some large spathiphyllum or peace lilies. These are for $19.99. And I would say with grocery plants, they actually are more cost effective than even big box store plants like maybe Walmart, Home Depot, or Lowe's. You'd be surprised to find grocery store plants to be more cost effective. Like, look at this large planter right here. This is for $19.99, and the spathiphyllum plant care is right over here. There's not really details about that, but the thing about spathiphyllum or peace lily is they can tolerate lower light conditions. They definitely like to be on the wetter side, so definitely make sure you water your spathiphyllum, because if it dries and they don't get enough water, it will just like fall over and look like it's dead, but actually it's just a very dramatic plant. They're kind of similar to calathea, just very dramatic in a sense that they will let you know when they are extremely thirsty. And right over here, we have some pastel looking tulips. I love tulips because they honestly signify the approach of spring and spring in general. I love yellow tulips. They're so beautiful, but we also have some of these lavenders and pinks and whites, very pastel looking colors. I'm not really a big fan about pastel colors, but I do appreciate tulips. They're a very beautiful plant. I should have planted my tulip bulbs a little bit earlier when it was super cold and there was actually a cold snap out in North Dallas, but to each his own in terms of just when you could possibly plant tulip bulbs. I think I can still get away with putting tulip bulbs down. I might just put them in a freezer to actually stratify them or have them crack and then plant them in the ground, because I have some pretty cool deep purple tulips. And then right over here we have these orchids. Now I'm not necessarily a fan of these orchid colors just because these orchids were actually dyed, meaning they put food coloring in, and that's why you had like the super blue colors. What they did is like they take these Phalaenopsis orchids and white orchids and then put food coloring to get those really just like blue colors. There's not really any blue plants out there, and like blue flowers are very rare. I do want to zoom in over here. So whenever you go grocery plant shopping, there's always going to be Phalaenopsis orchids. That's probably the most readily available orchid at grocery stores. And Kroger's, which is, a local grocery store out in DFW or the North Dallas market, they always feature Phalaenopsis orchids. And I love these Matsue cascading orchids just because they do cascade. They remind me of like weeping cherry blossoms or just weeping trees in general. I love that windswept cascading look about the Phalaenopsis orchids, and they are for $29.99. That is not bad at all. And the thing about these orchid blooms is they can last up to 2 to 3 months, just depending on the care. Now, the care tips for Phalaenopsis orchids by Plant Foldies is they do like bright indirect light. Water maybe once a week. Make sure that you completely soak the roots, but then let it completely dry out before you do another watering. They do not like to be overwatered. Sometimes actually underwatering Phalaenopsis orchids or orchids in general is better. You'll know that the Phalaenopsis orchid is actually thirsty because you can look at the roots. They will be a very gray silver color, but once they get wet, they'll be green. So just keep an eye out on that. That's the one thing about Phalaenopsis orchids is, or just orchids in general, they are susceptible to root rot. In the wild, they're epiphytes, so they actually attach to like trees. And so they have a lot more like aerial roots, and their roots actually just attach to like tree bark. And that's why most orchids are grown in, bark medium. So I do want to show you this. These are plants by Mason Farms. It is a plant nursery out in New Mexico, and I think this is really cool just because they have some pretty cool looking plants, just typical tropical house plants like this one right here. We can't miss a video where I don't feature a Hydra Helix, guys. Hydra Helix or English ivy. I haven't been gaslighting it as of late just because I do have a Hydra Helix growing in my home and it has yet to get spider mites, and I'm going on I think week 1.5 or 2, so I'm super excited. This one is in a 4.5 inch planter for $9.99. This looks like that Hydra Helix I typically see at Home Depot. It's a really nice looking green ivy. And then right over here is a Petra Croton or Croton Petra. I know some people either love Crotons or hate them. There's not really a middle ground. I'm actually loving Crotons just because they really have some cool foliage and the colors are really neat. Now with Crotons, the variegation or the coloration of Crotons are really based on the lighting conditions. They love bright indirect light or full sun. They can handle that. This one is a Peperomia Rousseau, really beautiful looking Peperomia. These are all for $9.99. And what I love about it is the red undersides of the leaves. It has a very red tone to it, and Rousseau means red, so I think that's awesome. What else do we have? We have a Dieffenbachia of some sort for $9.99 by Mason Farms. Not 100% sure what this Dieffenbachia is, but I do love the variegation. The thing with Dieffenbachia is they do require bright indirect light. They're a little bit more difficult of a plant to grow. If you compare them to like maybe Aglaonema, they both have similar growth patterns. The only thing is Dieffenbachia get very leggy if you don't give it that bright indirect light. So make sure you have some high lighting conditions if you're going to put a Dieffenbachia. But nonetheless, the foliage is absolutely stunning. I'm going to go and put these plants aside, and you can see there's another Phalaenopsis orchid here, another Hydra Helix, guys, right over there. And we're gonna pan over here and look at some of these plants. The thing about grocery store plants is they have these like quirky little decorations. I'm not really a fan, but if you find this though, this is one of our favorite Dracaenas. This one is for $19.99. This is a Dracaena Hurricane or Dracaena Tornado. See how the foliage actually twists like a tornado or a hurricane. I know my plant foldies, and those are basically what I call my viewers are the plant foldies. They have mentioned in the comments that that's one of their favorite Dracaenas. What I've told my viewers is Dracaenas are so underrated in terms of just plants in the house, and I really think they need a little bit more love. Now here is a Costa Farms plant. So it's really interesting that Costa Farms also sources to grocery stores. This one is for $6.99. This one is also in Epipremnum aureum neon pothos. Absolutely love it. You know, Epipremnum aureum neon pothos has some really nice bright coloration to it. I love the yellow neon green color. And this is by Costa Farms Exotic Angels. And the planter is okay for me. I do like the color. I just don't like the etching. And then right here is a lemon button fern. Really nice one by Mason Farms. This one is, I believe, $13.99 or something like that. Really nice looking foliage plant. I love the circular like textures of the leaves for this fern. Not 100% sure about the carrot tips. Yeah, this is for $13.99 and it's in a 5-inch planter. So anybody in the comments or even in the live chats, please let me know if you have some carrot tips for that fern. And this one is a really nice looking Epipremnum aureum golden pothos. This one's for $9.99 by Mason Farms. I actually like this golden pothos just because if you look at the variegation, it's actually higher variegated. You would actually think that this was a Hawaiian pothos, but this is being called a golden pothos. Now with golden pothos, they do revert back to more of this jade pothos if you don't give it bright indirect light. So definitely make sure that with your pothos, to get that best variegation, definitely give them a lot of bright indirect light and they should be good to go. That one is the jade form, and I don't mind the green form as well. It's really pretty, but if you put them side by side, you can see the stark differences between the golden pothos. So what else do we got? We got some more neon pothos right over here by Costa Farms. We have a black rabbit foot fern. This one is for $6.99, and I've been seeing a lot of these in hanging basket form, and you can see that the leaves are super delicate, just like any fern. And then there's the those like fuzzy rabbit foot looking things on the tops of the soils. I believe that might be its roots. Not 100% sure. I think it's really cute. Some people find it kind of creepy because they look like tarantula legs, but yeah. And then this one right here is a Pachira aquatica, and this one's reduced to $8.40, so it's a reduced or clearance price at Kroger. So that's another thing about Kroger is I need to go frequent it a little bit more because they do clearance out plants. And I remember seeing that Aglonema Star King, that red one, for like $24.99, actually clearanced out to like $7. So like I want to make sure that I find that because that's one of the Aglonema I want to add. It looks like an Aglonema like Red King, but we'll see. Speaking Aglonemas, I pulled this one. This was Aglonema Mary Ann. To me, this is actually an Aglonema Maria, so I'm not sure if they're the same plant, and Mason Farms just decided to call it a different, Aglonema name. Here is some more Rex Begonia. This peperomia right here is really cool. This is a peperonia raisin or raisinette. Yeah, this is a peperomia raisinette for $13.99. Look at this. They look like raisins. Do they not look like raisins? Like, this is a really cool peperomia. I would actually add this to my collection. So I've been really into dark foliage leaves, almost like black leaves or purple leaves. The only thing about this plant is, for me, especially these type of peperomia, they're a little bit more challenging because if you overwater them, they will just like rot away, or if you underwater them, they're very susceptible to spider mites. So there's like not really a middle ground, so it makes them a little bit more challenging. This one is a Begonia Rex for $13.99. So while I was at this other nursery called Nicholson-Hardy, which will be featured later in the second part of this video, I ended up getting 3 begonia rex. Those are my 3 first begonias in my collection. I've grown begonia before in the past, and what I love about begonia, especially begonia rex, is that their leaves have such a metallic sheen about them, and they come in so many colors and forms. I actually prefer the darker reds, grays, and even blacks, black Rex begonia. So I think that's really cool. And then right over here we have a bromeliad. That's really nice. I do like the spray painted looking pink foliage. And then we have right over here a philodendron Birkin by Mason Farms. This one is actually fairly decently variegated. I've been seeing some super cool variegated philodendron Birkin where like they have very electrifying white variegation. Very common or easy to find philodendron for sure. And this one is in a 6-inch planter for $19.99. So it's a little bit pricey. And then here we have another Kalanchoe right here. This one's reduced to $2.30, so that's not bad. I actually would consider buying that plant today for that price. That's a really good price for a Kalanchoe. And then we have a zebra plant right over here. We've got some lucky bamboo. But guys, do you see this? I just panned over. I didn't even expect this. Like, I really didn't expect this. For $29.99, look at that. Another jackpot plant find. These are either philodendron pink princess or philodendron marble, depending on the variegation. So we'll take a look, but look at this. Now for $30, this is a little bit pricey considering we saw a bunch of philodendron pink princess at Walmart and they had some amazing variegation. But nonetheless, look at these plants, and this is by Tropic, what is it? Tropic Collection. And this one is called Pink Marble Philodendron. So this is a marble pink philodendron. So I would say maybe it's because of the pink variegation. It looks like there is some beautiful pink variegation available, and there's some more pink variegation right here. These are actually highly variegated marble looking philodendron pink princess. So this might be like that philodendron marble pink princess. I like it, but then you can see that their variegation, like this one has got some really good variegation. So the thing about philodendron pink princess or philodendron urubescens pink princess is the variegation is actually influenced by the original genetics of the plant. Like you can see this one is supposedly a philodendron marble, but where is the marbling? Where is the variegation? The only marbling I see is actually on the planter. Look at that marbling. I do like that texture and the pink on it, but this one looks like a reverted philodendron pink princess. So I'm gonna just show you this. These are supposedly philodendron marble. This one and this one, like if you had to choose between the two, which philodendron would you buy? I'm pretty sure we already know what the majority of everybody would say, but hey, you might actually enjoy more like simple reverted looking philodendron pink princess. So you know, I'm not going to judge, but I can't believe that this Kroger actually has philodendron pink princess. And the ones that are claiming to be philodendron marble, that's really cool because there are some really nice looking philodendron marble here. Like this one has some amazing variegation. It looks like all of these are variegated. It's got sectoral variegation, it's got splashy variegation, and even the planter it's in is really nice. Look at that. That's absolutely stunning. And then we have somewhere on the left, did you see that sectoral variegation, that really bright pink? And then these ones right over here have some minimal variegation. So here's the thing about philodendron pink princess. If you buy one that doesn't have a lot of variegation and think that you can flood it with some grow lights to get the pink, that's not necessarily the case. I've learned, especially after doing research and even listening to other plant YouTubers, that the philodendron pink princess is really based on its original genetics. And I think this one actually has the best genetics. It's got a lot of variegation on each leaf and it looks to be growing still. So like, I don't know, like look at how beautiful that leaf is. It's just like a work of art. It looks like somebody was painting on a canvas and it's got different textures of pink. I really like that. But this one is being called the philodendron marble. So not 100% sure if this is like tissue cultured or just a regular propagated one. I'm going to assume that these are tissue cultured just because we've been seeing a lot of tissue cultured plants. I mean, how would you mass produce this if you didn't do tissue culture? This is a highly likelihood that these are tissue cultured philodendron pink princess, or what they would call philodendron marble. For $29.99 at Kroger. So if you are in the DFW area, a local Dallas person, or you live in Frisco or McKinney, go to the Kroger out in on Custer Road, right across the street from HEB, and you'll see. I saw this last time, and part of me feels like I should get this because of the variegation. Like, look at how bright white this philodendron Birkin is. This is for $19.99, and then this one right here, we have a Peperomia Rousseau. But like I was saying, going back to the philodendron Birkin, that is extremely variegated, and that's lovely. We have some live trend plants here. I've featured this before, these miniature plants, or just small juvenile plants. They're originally $14.99, but they're on sale for $7.99. So we're gonna pan over here, and wait, do I? Oh my gosh, are you freaking kidding me? Costa Farms trending tropicals in, wow, Costa Farms trending tropicals in Kroger, and look at the price. Do you see that? That is $16.99. Okay, I'm sorry if I'm getting super excited, but for $16.99 you can get trending tropical plants at Kroger. This is a geo plant. I can't really pronounce the actual like Latin name, but we can see there are Aglonema and Baltic Blue trending tropical. So that's amazing. So typically when you think of like big box stores, you would think that like Walmart has the cheapest trending tropicals. I know they have them for $19.98, but I'm sorry. I'm definitely going to go get my, trending tropicals at Kroger. And luckily I don't live too far from this area, for me to just take a little drive down to this Kroger, because if this Kroger is going to be carrying trending tropicals, who knows what kind of trending tropicals I'll find. And for some reason, $16.99, you've got to be kidding me. It's cheaper than Walmart, it's cheaper than Lowe's, and it's cheaper than Home Depot. So like Kroger's is going to be my new set to go for Costa Farms trending tropicals. I am shook. I am surprised. Plant foldies. Let me know in the comments what you think. Like, that is a beautiful Aglonema golden papaya. And then right over here is a Epipremnum pinnatum Baltic Blue. Now, Baltic Blue is a pinnatum, or what you would call even a pothos. I've been looking at these and actually considering getting them, but now that they are at Kroger for $16.99, I might end up getting one of these Baltic Blues finally. Like, I might end up getting it like today. Well, maybe not today, but I'm thinking about possibly getting it soon, and I'm going to be checking this Kroger like weekly. So guys, be prepared for me to kind of feature the same products or the same plants, but I'm going to be visiting this quite often. Like the same thing with HEB. But look at how nice, lush, and full these Aglonema are. They look super healthy. I always love seeing like restock, so maybe they just restocked these plants today. I know that this particular Kroger really takes care of its plants. Actually, most Kroger stores do, so we're gonna see. But I know that if they clearance out plants and these plants don't sell, maybe I'll be able to land that. Like, I actually want to buy this geo plant, but I know nothing about the plant care of this geo plant. What I love though is it looks like plastic, just the texture of the leaves and everything. Like, it's really awesome. Not 100% sure like what the plant care is, so I'll have to do research before I bring that into my space. But that is the plant find of the day. Not only am I finding philodendron pink princess marble for $19.99 at a grocery store, now I've realized that Kroger carries trending tropicals by Costa Farms. Yeah, that's gonna definitely be, we're gonna have to see some more we're gonna go see some more grocery store plant shopping, especially Kroger. Kroger is now on my list of places to visit on a regular basis. But I did want to pan over here. These plants are absolutely beautiful. I will say grocery store plants are typically healthier looking than big box plant stores, just because, like, even look at this, like this fern right here, and this one is for $6.99. They have very cost-effective prices, but grocery store plants, you will see that there is a floral department, meaning that the floral department takes care of all the flowers and the bouquets, and they are in charge of watering and making sure that they take care of any like dead leaves and whatnot. I witnessed that when I went to Whole Foods, so it's really awesome to see that we have people that care. We have staff at grocery stores that care about the plants. They're not just letting them sit there and die. And it looks like, these plants were brought in a pallet, but they're not being left outside in the cold. So not to sound negative, I'm not trying to gaslight big box stores. I'm just stating observations I've seen since I've been visiting grocery stores, big box stores almost every single day, so I can get content for our plant foliage in this community. This is another philodendron, Hederaceum, Brazil. I love the tin. I don't really like the little like decoration, like this Valentine's like heart, but that is a nice looking philodendron, Hederaceum, Brazil. I'm not sure exactly how much the price is because they didn't have it underneath the tin, but nonetheless, it's a beautiful plant. I actually thought it was a hanging basket. And then speaking of hanging baskets, we have a Live Trends hanging basket. This one's for $29.99. Now, the planter looks nice. I wish it was just a simple like texture, like a smooth matte gray, but look at how beautiful this Epipremnum aureum neon pothos is. And if you guys missed the live premiere, I showed a local Dallas nursery store called Plant Keeper Incorporated. You will see mature neon pothos growing up a totem, and you'll see that these leaves, like any pothos or Epipremnum aureum, if you grow them up a pole, will start to enlarge and size up and even potentially fenestrate and look like a variegated monstera. Like, I kid you not. But that one right over there was just a golden pothos. I like that philodendron Birkin. Like, I might actually go back and buy it. I just feel like $19.99 is a little bit pricey, but nonetheless, we'll see. But I mean, guys, I am just super excited that I was able to find this. It looks like they just restocked philodendron marble. So let me know in the comments if you would buy this for $29.99. What do you think about grocery stores actually carrying some pretty cool rare aroids, and just the health of grocery store plants? Do you think that they're better than big box stores? I am going to pan out over here just because I do love the plants. I'm just happy that, I have all of these plant stores that I can actually buy plants from. And look at that. This is really pretty. And most people would oversee these plants just because, you go to a grocery store and your primary role is to do your grocery shopping, not necessarily to shop for plants. But my plant foldies, my viewers, definitely check out your grocery stores. Let me know in the comments in the live chat if you find any cool plants, but I'm going to zoom in there. Yeah, Costa Farms did great by sourcing out more trending tropicals at grocery stores. And I just really think that's awesome. I probably should have picked up that Geo plant for $16.99, but we'll see. Now, the next location, guys, is Nicholson-Hardy. I have featured Nicholson-Hardy before. It is my second favorite, or one of my top 3 favorite plant nurseries in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. It is off of Lovers Lane in Dallas, Texas. This features a lot of beautiful plants, but it also has a lot of interior plants, outdoor plants. It's just an awesome plant shop, or just shop in general. So we're just going to walk over here and look at all of these decorations. And I did see this on their Instagram feed. Look at these cool koi ceramic decorations. I love koi. Another thing that you guys may not know is, aside from origami, I love Japanese maples, koi, and very fancy goldfish. I actually had a 100-gallon aquarium with a bunch of fancy goldfish. I've even imported some from Japan. So, like I'm importing Indonesian plants, I've also imported live goldfish from Japan. So I thought that was really cool. Those are really cute little koi ceramics. And we have some more, planters right over here. Some of those Asian, like Chinese ceramic planters to put these plants in. And I do love the koi ceramic figurines. We're gonna walk over here and look at the ZZ plant. It's a large one. We have a Ficus elastica burgundy right over here. We've got a Ficus lyrata over there. And the thing about Nicholson-Hardy is Nicholson-Hardy has amazing lighting, amazing flowering plants. And when I say flowering plants, flowering supposedly indoor plants. Look at these Riger begonia. I've been featuring those Riger begonia a lot in all of my plant videos. When I go big box plant shopping, or especially at the grocery stores, they have a lot of Riger begonia, and we can see that there's more flowering plants and a bunch of Hoyas in hanging baskets. We've got some anthuriums there. We've got some green marantha right over there. Nicholson-Hardy, and especially me like visiting it at noontime, there's a lot of bright light. And this is what I've been talking about. So I've been talking about indoor azalea, quote, indoor azalea. Look at how beautiful the blooms are. I love azaleas. I've always wanted to have like a really cool bonsai azalea. It's just that with azalea, or at least in the summertime in Texas, it's very rough on the azalea. And the thing is, azalea don't necessarily want to like dry out complete in terms of the soil. You want to keep it moist. This one's for $16.99. So they actually have different types of indoor azalea. There's a specific cultivar. So I'm going to do research and actually make sure to put that in the plant ID. And apparently they can grow indoors and they are reblooming. So that's like super cool. And I just like it. I love white azaleas. I think these azaleas actually would make great pre-bonsai because it's already compact, and you can actually put it in a bonsai planter. It's like if I'm gonna buy, and actually I am gonna eventually buy an indoor azalea, I'm gonna definitely put the repot it in a acidic medium, because azaleas like acidic soil, and it's going to be Canuma, and it's fast draining because azalea also don't like to sit in water, so they like to stay moist, but they also like to have fast draining soil. And then we've been looking at Kalanchoe. Like Kalanchoe is the flower of the hour. Kalanchoe. Kalanchoe are more succulent like, so for my plant folies and viewers, I found that very interesting. And then we have some hydrangea, some pink hydrangea over here. So the hydrangeas are showing up. And look at this. So the thing about Nicholson-Hardy is this is all natural lighting. So they have actually a sunroof. And as you guys can see, they've got some beautiful hydrangeas and aglaonema. And look at that. Look at that. This is just awesome. Like, I honestly wish my home can have natural like sunroof, like maybe even in my my master bedroom, just to have like a sunroof. That would be super cool. But look at these aglaonema right over here. These are aglaonema snow, or I'm gonna think it's aglaonema snow. These are for $29.99, but look at how bright that aglaonema is. Like, that's absolutely stunning. They're aglaonema snow, and I believe if you actually give these aglaonema even more bright and direct light, they can get whiter and whiter, but it's so gorgeous. And the thing about Nicholson-Hardy, this plant shop, or just this shop in general, is they know how to plant style their plants, how to present their plants. This is what you call bougie plant styling, and I'm living for it. Like, I don't mind it at all. This is what a for real plant nursery should look like. So obviously this is a little bit more on the upscale. The plant prices, I would honestly say, are a little bit more on the pricey side. But if you just want to go over here and window shop and look at plants, that's not a bad thing to do as well, just because of the ambiance. Like right over here, we have some philodendron ring of fires. I believe these are for $59.99. So literally $60 for this, when you can go to a big box store like Walmart, get it from Grower's Bench for $24.99, or even like HEB, or just HEB, or just at any big box store. But this one is a Alocasia Jacqueline. Again, Trending Tropicals by Costa Farms released them, so you can actually get them for $19.98, but those are for $54.98. These Alocasia Jacqueline, they look cool, but you know what I will say is these Alocasia Jacqueline are looking super healthy. So I mean, if you want that, I would definitely get it. And then this one right over here is another type of Alocasia. This is for $34.99. I feel like plant nurseries, like maybe even Plant Keeper Incorporated in downtown Dallas, or local nurseries might be able to carry these for a little bit more cost-effective prices. But nonetheless, for anybody who loves beautiful plants, healthy plants, I would still highly recommend shopping at Nicholson-Hardy. They've got a friendly staff. They've got some very knowledgeable people in terms of just knowing the plant care, and they have healthy plants. I don't have to worry about buying plants from this plant nursery just because they have healthy plants. I don't have to worry about pests coming in. And so even if the prices are slightly more expensive, or just a little bit more costly, you know that you're getting a high quality plant and you're not having to worry about bringing plants with pests. Like, that's the risk about buying plants at big box stores that could potentially happen. And even at other nurseries, you just have to really vet it out. But you can see that the lighting at Nicholson-Hardy is just gorgeous, and they've got a lot of varieties of plants. And I did want to go zoom in right over here and show you this beautiful pink hydrangea. And I just want to pan over here again. They just have some beautiful looking indoor azalea. I'm obsessed with these indoor azalea. And then you can see all the calanchoe. And then we're going to pan over here. Look at this little station. There is a little bit light here, like the grow lights over here. I really like that a lot. And I don't know what this plant is specifically. Let me see if I can find the plant ID for this, but these are for $19.99. So apparently these flowers or flowering plants are similar to like African violet care. Look at this one's another one too. And these are supposedly sourced by a local African violet hybridizer grower in the DFW market. So I do like that they support local. I think you should always support local. And look at how beautiful the blooms are on this plant. But they did, the staff did tell me this particular plant grows similar to like African violets. Their care tips are like the same thing as African violet. Like, as far as their leaves, they don't necessarily want to get wet. Otherwise, they may rot away just like in African violet. But they've got some beautiful blooms here. Look at the leaves too. I love the leaf shape, but look at that bloom right over there. Look at that texture. If you saw this in real life versus just a camera, the lighting just illuminates these plants even more so. And speaking of aluminum or illuminating, look at these aluminum plants. These are the Pelia plants. I love them. These are for $9.99. They are a little bit more compact, which is cool, but I feel like if I wanted to buy an aluminum plant, I would buy them at Kroger just because they're in larger 6-inch pots versus the 4-inch pot right over here. Nonetheless, if you want a smaller plant, and these are actually more full than the Kroger ones, definitely get it at Nicholson-Hardy. And this is another plant that I absolutely love. This is for $8.99. This is the China doll plant, and these actually go very large. I don't know if their growth habits are pretty fast, so please leave in the comments, plant foldies, or even in the live chat if you've grown a China doll in your home. What did that care tip look like? How vigorous of a grower are they? But can you believe all of this beautiful natural light? Like, I can see why these flowering plants are doing well. Like, this is probably what I want to buy. It just really depends, these indoor azalea. But I love that they have azalea trees. Like, they've got braided azalea trees. These are for $69.99. They're a little bit pricey, but I think if I ever am able to bring that into my space, considering I have so many plants already, I would add that. That would just add to my aesthetic, because I absolutely love bonsai trees, Japanese maples, and azalea as well. I do have a couple of Satsuki azalea growing in my backyard, so I'm super excited they actually survived most of the harsh winter up in North Dallas, even through like a potential freeze. But look at how beautiful these are indoor azalea. Like, these azaleas can potentially grow indoors. Would I say they would grow in like lower light conditions? No, because it's a flowering plant, so it's going to need a lot of bright indirect light. But nonetheless, that's awesome. And look at how that light just hits these philodendron hederaceum Brazil hanging baskets. That's the thing about Nicholson-Hardy. Nicholson-Hardy has some awesome hanging baskets, because typically their hanging baskets already have plants that are trailing down, and I feel like that's so awesome. And I'm sorry guys if I keep like panning over and showing you these indoor azalea and even those flowering plants at the front of the store. Right over here we have a bunch of Aglaonema snow. Look at how large they are. And then right next to these anthuriums, which happen to have white blooms. So as far as Nicholson-Hardy goes, they have a really good sense of like plant styling and how they present their plants. They actually make you want to buy plants because of what the plants look like. And that's the thing about big box stores. Again, I don't want to be super negative because I know that the majority of our Plantfoldy subscribers found my channel through big box stores, but I really want to patronize local plant nurseries, especially in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I want to get a little bit more awareness about plants because I know that we probably get the majority of plants at a big box store, but if you actually invest the time and do some research and go to these local nurseries, you will see that there are just higher quality plants. And we talked about hanging baskets. Look at this. Have you seen such a large Syngonium hanging basket? And mind you guys, it's only for $29.99 and you've got a lush like hanging basket. So I think that's super cool. I would love to add a hanging basket of Syngonium, but like I said, again, it depends on your space in your home. So you don't want to have a bunch of plants all over your house if you don't have the space, the lighting condition, and just the clutter. Like, just think of having a bunch of plants and having it just cluttered everywhere. You're not really able to enjoy the foliage, the color, the size, the texture of the leaves when you just have all these plants piled up. So just definitely consider that. I mean, to each your own. If you want to have a bunch of plants, that's cool. But for me, plant styling and space is very important in just how you present it. Just like, Nicholson-Hardy is able to present such beautiful plants, and just the plant styling. Like right over here is an interesting, plant. I believe this is a Tomathophyllum. I'm not 100% sure, but look at how beautiful the leaves are. And then we have some other plants right over here. Do you see the sunroof? Love that they have a sunroof. I really wish I had a sunroof in my master bedroom. I remember staying at an Airbnb out in Carmel by the Sea, and they had like a sunroof in the master bedroom, and it was amazing. Right over here, and I remember looking at these African violets when I first visited Nicholson-Hardy after not going here for so long. Look at the variegated leaves. I love the fuzzy leaves of an African violet. These are for, I believe, $29.99, which is not bad because it's already a large African violet. It's in bloom, but even if it's not in bloom, just the fact that it has such nice like variegation, you can't beat that. And then also the leaf texture of an African violet, it's nice and fuzzy. They're almost like succulent-like. So like if you water it, like actually get the leaves wet, the high potential of an African violet rotting is for real. So you definitely want to bottom water African violets. Now African violets also like to remain moist. Don't let the plant soil actually dry completely before watering. You want to always keep it moist. They do prefer higher humidity if you're able to give it, and definitely do not water or top water or even get the leaves wet at all, because it could spell a lot of trouble for the African violet and actually easily die back down until you don't have a plant anymore. So just FYI, I just wanted to make sure that all of you plant folies were aware of some of the plant care of an African violet. I feel like that's super important. So, and I did want to just slow down and show you guys how beautiful that variegation is on that African violet. I'm not sure what cultivar it is, but like I said before, I definitely wanted to give you guys some care tips on the African violet. Nicholson-Hardy is a place that I will definitely get an African violet from. They have gorgeous African violets. That variegation, especially on the leaves, just the edging of it, that white variegation is absolutely stunning. And then you can also see in the details of the leaves that it has like a metallic shimmery shine to it. The leaf texture, once you touch it, actually is fairly thick. It reminds me of succulent type plants, and just the blooms in general are absolutely stunning as well. So I just can't get over the fact that these African violets are beautiful. I like the pinks, the purples. It would actually be really nice to see variegated flowers like that one on the far left, but the pink ones are really nice. But yeah, look at these leaves. They are gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And they have a bunch of them available to buy at Nicholson-Hardy. I would honestly go out on a limb and say that Nicholson-Hardy has the best flowering plants to purchase, and that one's only for $14.99. Look at how nice that African violet is. It reminds me of my grandmother. She grew African violets when I was growing up, and my aunt did as well. So I might end up getting some for my aunt and my grandmother when I visit them, just because these African violets deserve a great home and they know how to grow African violets. But that one right over there that I just showed you guys was the philodendron lemon lime. And if anybody missed the premiere for the Plant Keeper Incorporated, you will know that the philodendron lemon lime that grew up the pole, it just sized up in its leaf size. So please check that out. And then right over here, we have a Peperomia Guinea, and that one is for $14.99. We have a bunch of juvenile form prints of orange. Those are really nice as well. So for anybody looking for a Prince of Orange, these are for $24.99. You can actually go to Nicholson-Hardy and get you some Prince of Orange. They've got a lot of assorted smaller plants. Look at this right here. This is a beautiful Micans right here for $10.99. Absolutely love me some philodendron Micans. Very easy to care for plant. It has such beautiful velvety leaves. Right over here, we have a Dracaena warneckii. I would say it's a lemon lime as well. Look at how beautiful the variegation is, and it's actually turning. So I don't know if that's some type of hurricane or tornado type Dracaena. And this one right over here is a Dracaena urban urchin, or that's what Proven Winners was calling it. I really love this one just because I love the tricolor variegation, or actually there's 4 different colors. They've got like a pale green, a mint green, a white, and a dark green. And everybody's favorite Dracaena, the Dracaena tornado / hurricane. Look at those leaves spinning around like a hurricane, guys. These are beautiful Dracaenas. And again, I always say that Dracaenas are very much underrated plants. I feel like they're not in so many like houseplant collections. So please, if you don't have a Dracaena, add one. If you're watching my channel, add yourself a Dracaena. They're very easy. This one is a Dracaena Janet compacta, for instance. Absolutely stunning. And with all of these Dracaenas, they do get very large in size just over time. They are moderate growers. They're not quickly fast growers, but you will get a very large size plant once you just let it grow in your care. Now we have some more Sansevieria right over here. Actually, this is one of my favorite Sansevierias. Don't know the plant ID, but it's really beautiful. And then we have this variegated plant here for $7.99, this variegated philodendron. I think it's a giganteum. Look at how gorgeous it is. And then just look at the lighting of Nicholson-Hardy. Look at how beautiful the leaves of these Ficus umbellata are underneath that skylight. I love it. The sunroof is amazing. And then for my Hoya lovers, look at here. We've got a Hoya compacta right over here. That is really, really nice. That Hindu rope Hoya is beautiful. And then we have some more Sansevieria here. And then guys, we have some of my favorite plants right here. These are the Syngoniums. This one is an assorted type of Syngonium. They have a lot of assorted Syngoniums here. Unfortunately, they don't have the plant IDs for these specific ones. But nonetheless, Syngoniums are super easy to take care of. They do require a little bit more bright and direct light. They can tolerate lower light conditions. They just get a little bit leggy. They're very easy in their care. Water when it's completely dry, or when it's about 20% dry, wet, and you should be good. Sorry, 20% wet. You don't want to overwater Syngoniums, but they do like water as well. This is a Syngonia Wallandii, and this one's for $19.99, so that's more of an uncommon Syngonium. Love the velvety leaves. That's probably one of the more finicky Syngoniums though, because it does require a little bit more humidity than the typical Syngonium. But I like to show you guys from bottom view. Look at how beautiful these plants are. They are illuminated by this sunroof, and I just love Nicholson-Hardy. I can't tell you how much I love Nicholson-Hardy. It is another gorgeous plant nursery in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. If you're visiting Dallas, or you live in Dallas and haven't been to Nicholson-Hardy off of Lover's Lane, definitely visit this place. They have 2 locations. This one has more of the indoor plants, as well as like the plant decor and also just home styling. And then they also have another Nicholson-Hardy just up the road on Lover's Lane, where it's mostly outdoor landscaping plants. But I did want to show you this right here. It's being labeled as a Epipremnum aureum pearls and jade, but I don't think this is a pearls and jade. This is more of an Epipremnum aureum enjoy, which is one of my favorite pothos. Honestly, I would say pothos are probably in my top 3 or top 4 types of plants to grow in my collection. I have dethroned the Syngonium as my number 1. I think Aglaonemas are my number 1. Then Syngoniums, then maybe Epipremnum aureum. They're just gorgeous. And I know you guys are probably going to get tired of me looking at these African violets, but Nicholson-Hardy probably has the best African violets in the DFW Metroplex. I'll go out and say that. I mean, there's other nurseries that carry them, but their African violets are amazing. And guys, look at this Hydra Helix. This is a beautiful Hydra Helix trailing plant. This one is actually the Hydra Helix Gold Baby ivy. Look at how beautiful it is, and it is living its best life. I'm surprised that spider mites haven't infested it, but as you can see, if you can grow a Hydra Helix and let it thrive, it is a beautiful plant, and it's beautiful trailing down. We have a bunch of Epipremnum aureum right here, or pothos plants. This one is the golden pothos for $9.99. That's a really nice looking one in a 4.5-inch planter. We have a bunch of Philodendron heteracea. We have a Philodendron heteracea Brazil, a Philodendron heteracea lemon lime. This one is for $12.99. I'm looking for a large hanging basket of these lemon lime heteracea. That is such a beautiful plant. I actually prefer that more so than the neon pothos if I had to choose between the two, just because of the heart-shaped leaves. And then we have some Calathea macuyana right over here. Beautiful plant. This one's for $14.99 for a smaller version of the Calathea macuyana, but nonetheless, it's a beautiful Calathea, a classic Calathea, one that a lot of people already know about. And then we have some red maranthas right here. These are for $12.99. And so maranthas, calatheas, Nanthe plants, and Stromanthe are all very similar in care. They can be a little bit finicky. They do require a little bit more higher humidity. Their water quality, you don't want to water them with like tap water. I would say bottled water would be perfect for them. And look at this right here. This is a cool, some type of like Aurelia plant. We have a Dracaena right there. And we have more plants around the corner. I did want to pan over here. Look at all of these Hydra Helix, guys. Look at this Hydra Helix forest. They don't have all of the plant IDs for these Hydra Helix, but look at this one right here. They've got the cream variegation. They've got Hydra Helix or English ivy trailing. I haven't seen any spider mites. This is really bold for Nicholson-Hardy to have all of these Hydra Helix growing indoors, but they must have some really good pest control for that. And then this is really interesting, the zebra plant. Look what happens when you cut it back down. It starts to grow some new leaves, so that's really cool. And we just passed by a Calathea lancifolia, and we have some more assorted Syngoniums right here. I love this Syngonium. This Syngonium actually looks like a plum illusion Syngonium. I'm not 100% sure. This one looks like a Syngonium white butterfly. We'll just call it that. And then we just have some more hanging baskets of Monstera celtipicana. I think that's how you pronounce it, guys. Correct me if I'm wrong. These are really cool trailing as well. At first, I thought they were Epipremnum pinnatum Cebu blue pothos, but these are celtipicana. So those are really cool Monsteras. This one right over here is a Kokedama staghorn fern. And then my camera just started to act up, but my staghorn fern Kokedama. And then what else do we have right over here? We're going to take a look. We have some type of begonia or Rex begonia right over here in a Kokedama. Pretty cool right here. These are all for $34.99. So if you want a Kokedama, you can get it at Nicholson-Hardy. It's just a little moss ball right over here wrapped around the roots. The way you would take care of a Kokedama is you just submerge the whole moss bowl in the water and then just let it drip, and then you can hang it or just put it on a shelf and you're good to go. Here we have a bunch of Monstera. We have some Monstera deliciosa. We have some juvenile forms and then more mature forms right over there. And then you can see right here is a Philodendron Florida green. And we have more plants right over here. There's just so many plants to look at Nicholson-Hardy. While it's not as large in its like square footage as Plant Keeper, Nicholson-Hardy does have some beautiful plant styling. So I did want to go ahead and recommend Nicholson-Hardy for any plant enthusiasts, plant lovers, plant foldie that wants to see plants in the local DFW market. This one right here is a Dracaena Hawaii, and that's a really nice one as well. And then we have some Dracaena Jewel white jewel, that's really nice for $19.99. You actually get 2 dracaenas in the pot. Love the very stark variegation of it. Those dracaenas are absolutely stunning, and they do size up in size. We have a Hoya Chelsea here, and another another Hoya on the right. Not sure what it is. And then we have a plethora of just indoor azalea right over here. I can't get over the indoor azalea. I will probably look at that in just a bit again. And this is actually really, really cool. And this is what's going to get me in trouble, is because I am a sucker for beautiful begonia. Begonia are a little bit harder for me to grow personally, but look at how beautiful these Rex begonia are. These ones are for $14.99. Look at how the light actually gives it a different type of interest. See, the thing is about Rex begonia is they have a silvery shine to their leaves, a metallic look to their leaves. They come in different colors, shapes, venations, and even this one is happy. It's actually blooming. So it's just amazing how Rex begonia have been hybridized. There's hundreds of different types of Rex begonia. So what I learned is there's not really a lot of like cultivar names on these begonias, or they're very difficult to find as far as like specific cultivar names, just because there's so many hybrids of them. Like, look at this one. This is a beautiful red one. I love maroon, crimson colors, and the shimmer on it is absolutely stunning. There's not any leaf shine or anything. That is the natural foliage of it. And a lot of these begonias actually remind me of begonias of a local plant nursery, a famous one actually in Louisville, Texas, called Steve's Leaves. Steve Leaves hybridizes so many begonias. I wouldn't be surprised if some of these begonias were sourced out by Steve Leaves. Don't comment me, quote me on that, but look at that. I love this. Look at how beautiful this one is. I believe this one you would actually see at a big box store, but just in smaller form. But look at how beautiful that bloom is. I have never really seen blooms on a Rex begonia. So you can tell that these begonias are a little bit older, more mature, and definitely happy. And look at this one right here. Look at how cute this one is. I love dark foliage leaf plants like ZZ Ravens, Philodendron, Black Cardinal, and now we have some gray metallic dark ash charcoal looking Rex begonias. Look at how beautiful that is. I'm definitely going to pick up some begonia. I know that I'm not really supposed to be buying plants. Guys, this is just really going to mess me up, but I cannot resist getting these begonias. I'm thinking of getting some of the darker leaf foliage Rex begonias, and look at that one right over here. This one is going home with me. It's the only one they have, but look at that underneath the leaves. Look at how the sunshine just like actually changes it. It literally gives it like a prism power Sailor Moon type like crystal. I don't know, I'm just rambling, but this is just so beautiful. Look at that. I can't get over it, guys. This is so cool. Plant foldies, let me know what you think in the comments. The live premieres, do you guys grow like Rex begonia? What does that care look like for you? I would love to know, because I've killed so many of them, just like Hedra Helix. But look, they always attract me. They always end up like getting me to buy them, and this one is going to go home with me as well. Look at how beautiful this begonia is. So beautiful. And it's really interesting that when you give it some light, there are these like green undertones, and there's not really a speck of green. So lots of color going on with these Rex begonias, and it's one that I definitely want to add to my collection. It's just really stunning. Like there's no way around it. And I don't know why I don't have any begonia in my collection. Actually, I do know, like, look at this yellow one right here. This is really pretty. I do know. It's just that I end up even over watering begonia. And the thing about begonia is, if you get the leaves, at least for these Rex begonia, wet, that really would, like, the stem part or just the leaves will start to rot away. So they want to be on the drier side, but they do require some humidity. So there's just a lot more care tips to it. I will show you this right here. This is a really nice looking Alocasia silver dragon. We've seen that a lot in big box stores. And look at how beautiful these watermelon peperomia right over here. These are for $39.99, but look at how beautiful they are. They look like miniature watermelons. Look at the venation of the leaves, and the other one over there is actually blooming. So watermelon peperomia, I've had those in the past. I actually don't have peperomia in my collection, just because for me some of the watering is a little bit tricky for me. We have some philodendron Brazil on a totem. And then we have some ficus lyrata right over here. We are going to walk over here again and look at this. This is my favorite Nanthe that I've seen in big box stores. This is the Nanthe Gray Star. Proven Winners usually sells these at Home Depots, but now we see them at Nicholson-Hardy. These ones are large form ones. They like low light, keep moist. So that's the care tips. Lower light conditions it can tolerate and keep moist. Beautiful looking Nanthe plant. Love the silvery color of the leaves and just the veins of the variegation. And then we have this right here. This is some type of euphorbia. And as you can see, as I pan out, look at how beautiful this plant nursery is. I just had to stop and just enjoy the view. And then we have another Aglonema Lady Madonna. We have a large China doll. Look at how large that China doll is. And we have a bird of paradise right over here. Another majesty palm. Like I said, majesty palms are everywhere. You will find them everywhere. And then we have a bunch of Phalaenopsis orchids right over here. Different colors and sizes. And then these are really cool. These are some more ficus bonsai. Look at the trunks of those. Those are insane. And we have a random Philodendron Brazil over there. But look at all of these Phalaenopsis orchids. So grocery stores carries them, and then Phalaenopsis orchids are kind of like majesty palms. You will find them everywhere. And it's just really interesting that there's so many orchids available. I thought that orchids actually take a while to grow. So I'm not sure how they propagate, how they multiply, but there's so many Phalaenopsis orchids. So somebody in the comments, plant folies, let me know what you think about orchids, how they are propagated, because they definitely mass produce them. And then right over here, we have some hanging baskets of string of pearls. Those are super cute. And we have, guys, look at this. Small forms of Hoya compacta variegata for $17.99. Look at how cute those are. I know that we had some hanging baskets at Plant Keeper Incorporated in my previous plant nursery tour video, but we do have some Hoya compacta variegata at Nicholson-Hardy. So if you want one of those, they actually have a lot of assorted Hoyas. I'm just not as versed in the plant IDs for Hoyas, but this is really cool. We've got jade, but I wanted to show you this. Look at this. This is a variegated string of pearls. This is only for $9.99. That is really cool. If I'm going to get any type of string of somethings, it would be a variegated string of pearls. They remind me obviously of pearls, and me coming from the Philippines, we have a bunch of pearls. And then, the Philippines is known as the Pearl of the Orient. So there's just a lot of cultural connection to me with that plant. And then we have some more jade plants here. These are the variegated ones. I actually want to add a jade plant to my collection just because they remind me of my childhood. And this specific one actually is what I would want to pick up. That is for $9.97. Really nice looking plant. And then we have some Rhaphidophora Discordia right here. Look at how beautiful these ones are. These are for $14.99. So these plants will not actually show its true beauty and full potential until you put it on some type of pole plank, because it wants to climb up. It wants to climb up and size up in its leaves and fenestrate. So if you have a Discordia, you definitely have to put it on a pole or something for it to climb on. We're going to pass by this beautiful euphorbia, and then we're just going to look at the beauty and elegance of these indoor azalea. Love azalea. They remind me of Japanese gardens, and that is I'm a huge fan of it. And look at how beautiful those braided azalea are. I did not know that they had indoor azaleas that actually can grow indoors. I mean, any plant can really grow indoors. It's just a matter of the conditions, especially the lighting conditions. But apparently these ones have been hybridized to where it can tolerate some lower light conditions. I would tell you any flowering plant needs to have bright indirect light. So these would need to either be under a grow light or right in front of a window seal. But yes, these are beautiful azalea. We've got some that are already starting to bloom. This one has some variegated ones right over here. Just really stunning looking azalea. I know for a fact someday, not today, I will buy a variegated, or not even a variegated bloom azalea indoors, but definitely from Nicholson-Hardy. Really nice looking plants. And then we have some right over here, some more daffodils and some more indoor azalea right over here. I need to get the scientific Latin name for it, but these daffodils are for $9.99. We have some more indoor azaleas right over here. These ones are in 6-inch planters for $34.99. I think I want to get the tree form the ones that they've trained in tree form for sure. And then we have some kalanchoe. I've grown to like kalanchoe just because I don't know, I've seen them. I pretty much see a kalanchoe almost every day. And that's the shocking part, guys. Like as I do these plant videos, like look at this Monstera adansonii. I literally have seen plants every day. I have been in a big box store, some plant store, or some plant nursery every day filming, just because I am attempting to try and get you guys daily content. I know everybody enjoys having our plant parties. You know, shout out to my viewer, Plantfoldy Luke, for being the #1 cheerleader. Inviting people to smash the like button. It really helps that. And actually, for those watching this video, if you haven't already, please make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and the like button. When you guys hit the like button, it pushes my videos out to even more plant enthusiasts. And we want to definitely grow the plant community. I think the more the merrier. So definitely please hit the like button, share, subscribe, comment, all of that good stuff. Yesterday, we were able to get 8,000 subscribers, and today we have even more subscribers joining our plant community. So just a little commercial on that and just a little shameless plug, but I did want to just pan over and show you guys all of the beautiful plants at Nicholson-Hardy. We went and passed by some maidenhead fern earlier, some really nice looking indoor azalea tree forms, and then we have these beautiful hanging baskets. I would tell you, Nicholson-Hardy definitely has the best trailing hanging baskets. They definitely have some good looking plants. And I wanted to show you some more indoor azalea right over here. I'm surprised that not a lot of grocery stores carry indoor azaleas year round. The only times you will see indoor azaleas apparently at grocery stores is during Valentine's. Well, it is going to be the month of February, so we will see if they will carry that. Look at this one. This one has like a salmon type looking color, really elegant looking. And then we have some delicate, pink ones right here, some Phalaenopsis orchids. And then we just have the red, or not the red, the dark pink azalea blooms right here. Very nice looking azaleas. And then as you can see right over here, we have some more trailing plants above us. And look, this is a Philodendron hederaceum lemon lime. I would most likely buy this if I haven't already added so many plants in my collection. But now I know where I can get a philodendron lemon lime hanging basket, because that's one that I want to get. I'm really holding off to see if I can find one at a big box store, because these ones are for $29.99, those hanging baskets. It's not bad, but I feel like I can get one from like Walmart, from Costa Farms. I'm holding off on Costa Farms and just sending some hanging baskets of philodendron hederaceum lemon lime. This is actually a nice looking Schefflera right here, variegated Schefflera for $19.99. I like that variegation. Look at that really cool bromeliad right over here. We have a sea of bromeliad. So alongside Majesty palms and Phalaenopsis orchids, you will always see bromeliads. Like, I want to know what the propagation process, or how they multiply so many bromeliads, but you will see so many of them. I don't know. I don't understand how they have so many of them sourced out. And do people really grow bromeliads in their homes? Now, if I was going to pick my favorite bromeliad that I've seen today, it would definitely be that one right over here. It reminds me of like a Dracaena white aspen. This the variegation. So it's like a Dracaena white aspen with a bloom, essentially. Look at how beautiful that is. I love how beautiful the variegation is. It's just really nice. They remind me of ribbons, actually. So I just think that's really cool. And then we have some more Phalaenopsis orchids here. We've actually got a lot of white Phalaenopsis orchids. So I don't know if white orchids are a thing, or if that's like a favorite color, or do people really buy just a lot of white orchids? Plant foldies in the in the comments, leave a comment about that. Let me know what you think. And right over here, we have some hanging baskets, assorted hanging baskets. We have Philodendron micans. We've got some Scindapsus hanging baskets. We've got some global green pothos, Cebu blue pothos. Lots of trailing hanging baskets. So plant foldies, hopefully you're enjoying this plant content today. And I can't do a video without a Aglaonema red Siam. This one's for $24.99. Super lush, super healthy looking aglaonema. I would highly recommend adding that first to your collection if you're going to go into the aglaonema route. And again, if you are a plant foley, please consider getting you some aglaonemas. We need more on the market, but in order to get more on the market, we need to have a higher demand for those plants. So clearly there's a high demand for like bromeliads, phalaenopsis orchids, and majesty palms. Like, look at this. There is an entire wall of phalaenopsis orchids, and these phalaenopsis orchids are amazing. Look at these white ones. This is just awesome. And we have some air succulents, apparently. Air succulents. Never really heard of air succulents. But basically, they are just out in the air. They don't need to be in like any type of growing medium. That's really cool. All you need is no watering, no misting, just enjoy. So that's a super easy care plant. I'm sure that it does need bright indirect light or a lot of light. So it is a succulent. Don't forget that. And then we're just going to walk over here. So Nicholson-Hardy kind of gives you that jungle vibe as well, but not to the extent of like Plant Keeper. But if you are looking for flowering plants that can grow indoors, hanging baskets that are trailing, I would definitely go to Nicholson-Hardy. I would say they have some of the best hanging baskets. Like even this right here for the, look at that. They have some type of string of something, but that is such a beautiful looking hanging basket. But Nicholson-Hardy definitely has that. And if you just want an ambiance where it's peaceful, it's stylish, it's bougie, if you want to call it that, go to Nicholson-Hardy. I would recommend going in the afternoon when the light is really intense, or going first thing in the morning. Like, look at this. This is so beautiful. Just this whole setup of aglaonema snow. Look at how beautiful that is. I'm actually tempted to get an aglaonema snow. I already have like 2 in my collection, but that one is highly variegated. And then right over here, we have some type of alocasia. I don't know the actual alocasia ID, so please leave it in the comments. But these are for $29.99. Beautiful large form alocasia so far. That's actually a good size for that price. So definitely do that. And then I did want to feature this. These look like maple leaves or I don't know, sweet gum tree leaves. These are variegated Fatschedera, or sometimes called the Pia tree. You can see these as exotic angels by Costa Farms and big box stores, but look at how they size up and get large. That's one of my favorite plants. I would actually add that to my collection, and I would like to try to grow it as like a tree. I'm not 100% sure if they do have the same type of potential pest or susceptibility to spider mites. And then right over here, we have some lemon lime philodendron on a trellis. So lots to look at, guys. Hopefully you guys are loving these plant videos of mine. You know, I am always trying to get one daily. And then I just saw this variegated African violet. Eventually, when I catch up, maybe I need to take like a few days from work off just to go film a bunch and edit a bunch and really schedule these videos out. I started out with videos that were like 15 minutes long, then they got to 30, and now they're about hour-long videos. Plant Foldies, let me know if you like these longer content videos, or would you just like a short 15-minute video? I feel like having longer videos just really gives you guys an ambiance as if you are shopping with me, and that is my goal, is if you guys are shopping with me. I am going to remain faceless for now. It depends on when we get like 40,000 subscribers, maybe I will reveal my face in a video. I'm just shy, guys. My friends know that I'm not actually shy, just I'm shy on YouTube. But definitely, you know, continue to follow my plant journey. You can see that we have all of these flowering azalea. Can you guys tell which plants I actually like? I just tend to like pan over and show you guys, you know, certain plants over and over. I did get some feedback that I should show some more euphorbia, cacti, and other plants besides just aroids and flowering plants. But I mean, I can't help it. I kind of am I kind of gravitate to these plants that are what I like, but I really am tempted to get that philodendron lemon lime in the hanging basket. I've been looking for it, and it's actually a very good size philodendron. And then just these azaleas. These azaleas are calling my name. They're trying to get me to pick one up and buy it. So Plant Foldies, should I go ahead and buy it, or should I try to have some kind of restraint and not buy it? I'm already breaking my no buy and getting those Rex begonia. Like I was sold. They were enticing me because of all the shimmer and shining going on with their leaves. And yeah, that's what happens. I don't know if you guys are also in the same similar boat where when you go plant shopping, you're like, I'm just going to go window shopping, look at plants. and then all of a sudden you're grabbing plants that you don't have all of the space for. But guys, I am going to end this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our little plant party in shopping with me at Nicholson-Hardy off of Lover's Lane. Highly recommend Nicholson-Hardy. Please support local businesses. I know that my channel is primarily focused on big box store plant shopping, but especially for the plant foldies that are out in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. As I show more local nurseries, I ask that you guys check it out, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.